Up next, I, of course, am Clinton Yates. And again, Cheryl Lee Ralph does not get the credit she deserves. Now she has, but you should go back and check out her oeuvre, the OG Dream Girl. Clinton and Friends, ESPN 710, Los Angeles, Travis and DeMarco, right now.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Come on. Like, let's listen. How you feeling, DeMarco?
I'm feeling terrific.
You're listening to me.
Let's put on the foil. Yes, let's put on the foil. Drop the gloves. Let's go.
Regular season hockey in the books. The playoffs. Kings open up on either Sunday or Monday against the Oil again.
The marathon begins. Nothing is longer than NHL postseason. I mean, it's a whole nother season.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You're right. It's almost exactly the same length as the basketball one, but it feels 10 times longer.
You're
right.
It
does.
I don't
it absolutely
know why.
does.
It feels like a whole.
I think it's because they can all barely walk by the time we get to the end of the line, and they all got big beards, and it feels like they've just been out there forever.
Playoff beards are great.
Playoff beards are great.
Crosses over like baseball. If you get a hot goaltender.
It's like a pitcher.
It doesn't matter what you did in the regular season.
The hot goaltender standing on his head.
Absolutely.
Right?
Kick save and a beauty. Yes.
Hockey's got the best terminology of all the sports. They've got great.
I hope it's Sunday so that we have a weekend of Saturday is the Lakers, Sunday's the Oilers, and the Oilers and the Kings together would be an awesome weekend lineup.
That would be a pretty good start.
Calgary.
That would be a pretty good start. How you feeling, DeMarco?
Terrific, man.
You got fired up this morning when I told you something, didn't you?
What? What'd I miss? I
Nothing
forgot already.
You didn't miss.
Oh my God! Yes, the anniversary of the best 3 rounds in boxing.
Right?
Hagler Hearns. Oh my God! I remember
40th
exactly
anniversary
where I was.
of Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler having what DeMarco just accurately described
of people having lumpia
as the greatest 3 rounds in the history of boxing, and it was.
First time I saw my mom swig a beer.
Oh, really?
I kid you not. It was today
like,
in
when you say
1985.
swig, like have a beer, sip on a beer, or like she's pounding.
We had
beers?
a Filipino neighbor, and we brought everybody over to watch this fight, and she brought these things called lumpia. Never had them before.
Oh, yeah.
Craved them ever since.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So they were great, and she brought beer, too.
Oh.
So if we
Filipino beer?
It was Lowenbrau.
Oh, that's very
Lowenbrau.
1985.
Old school, right?
That's
Lowenbrau.
very 1985.
So if anybody in our family offered mom beer, we would get it. We'd get the full, brunt. But if she offered, she couldn't say no. So she had lumpia and beer and almost finished the thing. Watching that fight, oh my God, what a great day!
Yeah, we're going to talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. If you haven't seen it, do yourself the pleasure, go to YouTube. Like Graham, one of the guys on the social media team here, had never seen it before. We showed Graham the first round of Hagler Hearns, and he's like,
"Where's Graham?"
Right there.
Yeah,
he was looking at this like, "You're kidding me!" And it was the first round of it. There's 2 more of those.
Was that violent to you? Because that was like beauty personified to me. No, that was violent. See, that was beautiful to me. That was beautiful.
Well, DeMarco,
that's
most
gorgeous.
people, when 2 people are bludgeoning each other upside the head, it's considered violent.
He said it's very violent, but in a good way, and he gave 2 thumbs up.
Yes, it's 2 dudes that refuse to take a backward step.
Unreal.
Yes,
unreal.
That's negotiation right there.
It was terrific. Roars to you, Em.
Roars. Hey, Jorge. Hey, Jorge. What happened yesterday? That's really fun.
So the second game, we didn't make the aggregate.
You guys lost both games outright.
Thank God.
They lost both games outright. Arsenal won 2-1 yesterday against Real Madrid. They're going to head to the semifinals of the Champions League. Champions!
And I paid up.
I got a lovely, nice bottle of gin this morning.
Nice. Where is that?
I think
It's
all
in my
4
bag.
of us are the type of people that we pay off our bets.
Yeah.
But Jorge pays off his bets fast.
Quickly.
Like he loses the next day, his account has been
That's
squared.
respectable.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't have
And
to
you guys
come
also
find you.
will be buying my chilies
Exactly.
before the season starts. I'm thinking I'm getting my chilies lunch like right before the NFL season starts.
Oh, so you want it in like August?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Jorge. When somebody owes you, do you expect it right away?
I mean, within a reasonable time. Like, I
Do
think
you owe
3
him
days.
something?
Or
No,
so.
no. I'm just. What's the look on your face
Actually,
when you don't
know
get
what?
it immediately?
So DeMarco and I with Canelo, we bet in boxing,
did
but
owe
it's like
you.
it's just like a small
gentleman's
wager.
bet. Yeah.
So then I saw him in August, whatever, end of the season, and then he would have come and fill in. And I was like, hey man, you still got my $10? He's like, I owe you money. I'm like, you owe me money, man. He's like, oh, that's right. And then
You know what we need to do?
Thank
is
you.
on our little board over here where there's little sayings. Right now
paid
it
you,
says
though.
Lakers
Yeah.
in 5. It just needs to say Far Ors Jorge 10.
But I paid him though.
No, he did. Like
what
a year
fight
later.
was that? Which one was that?
It was a Canelo. It was a Canelo fight. I forget. Which
I know.
one it was.
Which
like
one?
2-3
Who did
years
he beat?
ago.
Which bum did I back this time against Canelo? Wow.
Good job paying up, Jorge.
And
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
like I mentioned in my hit with Clinton, is that I was getting dental work during the game, and so I wasn't able to keep up with the score. I put my phone, my watch, into do not disturb because I didn't want Jorge to text me in the middle of getting my dental work done. And so, but in between each time of getting something, when like my dental hygienist left the room, I asked her just to tell me the score.
Okay.
I was like, "Can you just tell me what the score is right now?" And she's like, "Okay, weirdo."
So you feel free to tell me none of my business, but what did you have done to your teeth?
So it's going to be a series of going back to my doctor, my dentist, but they did just my left side, and they did, I had a couple fillings, and I had to get deep cleaning,
Ooh.
and
That sounds
my
terrible.
dentist for the one filling was like, "You're glad you came today." I was like, "That's not what I wanted to hear." She's like, "This was so deep."
Did it hurt?
Yes.
Like the cavity itself hurt.
Travis.
No. Cavity didn't hurt.
Did you hear that? What she said?
I
Of
know,
course
but
it
like
hurt.
sometimes you have a cavity, you don't even know it, and then the guy sees like, oh, we got to fill that. You're like, I didn't even know it was
Yeah.
there.
No, the cavity
There's gonna
didn't
be some
hurt.
pain, yeah.
She said, "I'm surprised it didn't hurt."
Yeah.
And I had to get. I was there for 3 hours.
Oh, my-
I had to get Novocaine
Oof.
multiple times, and then my mouth was numb until like 7 p.m. at night. So that was really lovely. And now I have to go back on Tuesday to get my right side. So
I'm sorry. That
Yeah.
sounds terrible.
it needs to be done.
Drink a bunch of Jorge's gin before you go next time.
Oh, it's
So you
hers
can
now.
kind of
Straight to the head.
Go through it.
The guy for the Kings, is it Warren Fogle? Is that his name? Fogle? The best newcomer?
Could
First season with the Kings. Is it Fogle? F-O-E-G? Fogle? Okay, yeah.
Heel.
Okay.
I'm just looking up stuff. The Kings going in. They had their team. I love the team awards. It's stuff that we don't talk about, like the Lakers have team awards. Everybody has team awards.
Well, it's your peers. It's your teammates.
Yeah. So of course, Darcy Kemper won most valuable, and I was looking for best newcomer. It's Fogle. Outstanding defenseman. Is it Garrett? I can't say that guy's name. Gavrikov.
Heel.
Can we make this whole segment of DeMarco just sounding out the roster?
just
of the Kings?
reading
I know that
names.
one. Well, Kemper doesn't look like Kemper. That's Kwumper, but it's Kemper. I know that. But is it Gavrikov? Somebody help me.
Yes.
Nobody's helping. Look, come on, help me.
Why do you think we're not helping you?
Because you don't know.
When in doubt, leave it out.
I'm trying to figure it
Yeah.
out. Come
Or
on.
maybe
This
we
would
asked
be
in the
something
break.
better hammered out.
Okay.
Between 12-12 and or 9-12 and 9-15.
This might be
Yeah.
the
Yes.
most inspirational
Yes.
player voted on by the players. They're the Kings. Is Anze Kopitar. That's their ace Bailey.
Anže.
See, now you're correcting me.
I know his
See, now
name.
you know that one.
Well, I know that one because he's been on the team for 38 years.
You could have left that in the chamber. Hold on.
Well, you did it to me.
I did not.
Yeah.
You left me out there. Okay, and that's it. Most popular player. Who do you think is the most popular King?
Luke Robitaille.
Nope.
Who?
His first name is Quentin.
Byfield.
There you go. See, you got
And
one.
is it
Never
of
seen-
their own teammates voting
I
on this, or is it like most popular to Kings fans?
These are the team awards.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
So it might be a little
24,
different.
25.
Were you
team
ever
awards.
selected an award winner by your
A
teammates?
few, yeah.
What'd you win?
The Carl Eckern, that's the spirit of the game.
Okay. That's a good one.
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
And then you'll the media voted me like the most friendly guy.
I
to
believe
talk
that
to.
too. Those are, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised about either one of those.
Yeah.
The spirit of the game kind of defines
I like
for
that
me.
one. I did. That one almost brought me to tears. The other one.
What does it mean? Why were you the selection? What is that award?
The undrafted rookie free agent
Got
made
it.
the team, and then I
There
led the
you
team
go.
in sacks.
Oh,
Yeah, and we had just moved, so yeah. So I got that award. The
Yeah.
media one I did not want, and I was so mad.
So can I ask,
Yeah.
like, most media friendly, most access, like what? Because
I forgot the name of the award. Yeah.
sometimes the guy, and I'm not accusing you of this. Look at my
Yeah,
face.
go ahead.
I'm not accusing you
Okay.
of this. Okay, I really truly am not. But sometimes the guy that talks to the media the most, his teammates look at sideways.
It's not that.
Okay.
See, I didn't mind answering. Yeah. Some guys didn't want to talk to the media, so I could. And yeah, so I would do that, and it was cool.
Yeah.
And that was really nice to the media, even though they have a job to do. So this is all the way back.
Not everybody sees it like that.
It would never be personal. Some guys did, I did not. But when you have to bring that award into the locker room and the other guys see it, that's when the jokes start.
Yeah. That's one of those, okay. Yeah. Because it's like... Again, not accusing you of this. That's sometimes, dude. I don't know if I trust that guy. Talks too much.
Remember the song?
That guy's
Snow?
willing to talk to anybody about anything.
Remember the song by Snow, Informer? So when I would walk into the room, they would start singing the song.
That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at.
That award.
That guy that they're like, dude, maybe you just kind of keep some of this stuff in here.
Right. Yeah. Well, I would never reveal, but I would just answer questions.
That's what I said. I'm not accusing you of this, but that is frequently associated with guys that like the media.
And we just got stomped by 40 points by the Niners, and none of you boneheads want to talk, so I'll do it for you. Yeah. We almost had him. Yeah, if you would have removed, this 60-yard run and the 70-yard touchdown pass, and the fact that we fumbled twice, we would have had him.
If you would have removed Jerry Rice and Steve Young, we would have had a much better chance.
We would have had him. See, that was me. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
We should do this for the station. Or I guess we do this for the Mandy's. Yeah, they have a Jim Fox Community Service Award. Kevin Fiala.
That's a good one to win.
That's a good one. Most popular got that one. Unsung Hero.
That's a good one to win.
You like this one? I like this one.
I do like that one. That means that you're doing stuff that only people that know.
I have a football card. There was an Unsung Heroes series of cards. So it was the guys that didn't make the Pro Bowl. Yeah. This was their way of acknowledging. We were the unsung heroes.
And those guys are incredibly important to the success of a team. Like if you're gonna have a good team, you're gonna need some stars, almost always. But you're also gonna need a bunch of guys that maybe aren't stars but are really good at what they do.
True.
Really good at what they do, but not everybody can make the All-Star team or the Pro Bowl, or not everybody's going to do it, but we need you and we want to recognize you.
In hockey parlance, are those glue guys?
I think every sport has glue guys.
I know, I'm trying to say it like a Canadian. Glue guy.
Eh? You got to go A.
Glue guy. Yeah, but the glue guy, he's the thumper. That's what they say. He's the thumper.
Yeah.
It's Warren Fogle.
He's a thumper, eh?
Warren Fogle has 2 awards. Yeah. See? These are the guys I love. This is why I love looking at team awards. You know who actually is doing whatever for the team, and it's not always those star guys.
Yeah, no, the stars get the things that we pay attention to outside of it, but inside the, as they would say in hockey, Emily, inside the room.
Inside the room.
Not the dressing room?
Well, it is the dressing room.
But you have to say inside the room?
You'd say in the room, inside the room. Okay. Yes.
It starts on Sunday?
It could start on Sunday.
What would be
They're
the
still determining.
sideline reporter's name at a hockey?
Rinkside.
A rinkside reporter?
Rinkside reporter.
Emily Kaplan?
On ice reporter.
On ice reporter?
Yes. They're in that little bubble thing next to
the. Did we ever figure out what a baseball version of that is? Still sideline reporter?
Sideline.
I think
but there's no sideline.
But
I kept looking.
Yeah, I think it's more metaphorical than literal.
Stadium reporter?
Stadium reporter.
Like what's Kirsten Watson's role if written on paper?
Dodger reporter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dodger reporter. She's good at it, too. Shohei Ohtani nearly did a thing that I would very much like to see. We're talking about it next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text EDGE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text EDGE to 42424. That's EDGE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I love this dude. I want to be from Saskatchewan. Doesn't that sound tough?
That's a province, right?
Yeah, Saskatchewan,
yes.
Canada.
Yes.
It's cold. One of them
Canada's
dudes.
cold.
Then he's got a crooked nose, like it's been broken a bunch of times. This is Tanner Jeannot. He's got a nickname. Plays for the Kings, if you didn't know. The Oxbow Ox.
Oh, that's good.
I love this. The Oxbow Hawks, because his hometown of Oxbow, Saskatchewan.
Yes.
This is, see, the first thing I do when I look at hockey stats, I look for penalty minutes. Not scoring, penalty minutes. Is that wrong?
Well, not for you, it's not.
It's the eve of it's the anniversary of Hagler Hearns. I'm in that mood.
Okay, that works.
Penalty minutes. He leads the Blues, or not the Blues, the Kings in penalty minutes. My favorite type guy. That's how you get in there.
Why are you looking at the Blues?
I'm looking at the Kings.
Oh.
I said Blues by mistake.
Oh, okay.
I said he leads the Kings in penalty minutes.
No, you said the Blues. That's why I stopped and asked why you're talking about the Blues.
I am concussed. And the other guy, Warren Fogle, the reason, he leads the team in plus minus. Makes sense. The guy works hard on both ends. See, that's why you get 2 awards. My kind of guy.
He gets the plus and the minus.
He gets the plus and the minus. Anyway,
what other hockey thoughts do you have, DeMarco?
Just looking. Yeah. That's the first thing I look for is penalty minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with you looking at the penalty. You just your misspeak kind of threw me off. That's all.
See, I'm used when I talk about hockey, I'm used to talk about the Blues, but now it's the Kings.
Now it's the Kings.
There you go.
Now it's the Kings. Can I apologize to somebody that I've never met real quick?
Like who?
Okay, let me ask you a question. When you get spam emails or texts,
I hate it. Yeah.
Do you respond to them?
No.
You do nothing. You just delete them right away. Okay, I have a weird habit that I do is I respond to the bot with just crappy responses. It just amuses me.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
And it's like so I got a text during this last break. I'm going to read it to you. Where'd it go here? And it came in from one of those numbers that's not in my phone. It's just it is what
random,
it is, right? Just random stuff. And I've gotten this text about 10 times from 10 different people. And it says, "Hi," gives a name, gives a company. "I've got some thoughts regarding your property on," and it lists my address. Okay. And then it says, "Can I call you for a quick chat?" Okay, I thought this, because you get that stuff stuck to your door in your mailbox. Hey, if you're ever looking to, so me just being Me wrote back, no, I would not be interested in a quick chat. Thought it was a bot. It wasn't. Okay.
It was a real person.
So I got back, thank you for letting me know I was not trying to bother you.
Oh.
So now I feel sorry. So
it might
Alex,
be AI, though.
Alex, I'm sorry. If it's AI, then you got me.
Yeah.
But if it's a real person, I would apologize.
AI can do that now, right? Respond.
It felt
as a human.
It came back quickly, and it was because my tone in the text was crappy.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry about that.
What do you expect?
I just do it to entertain myself for a half a second.
I thought you meant you're on the phone talking to people.
No. It was just a text, and he's like, and it just like, no, I would not be interested in a quick chat.
No.
I'm just gonna say if it's a one that is automated, it'll say reply no if you'd like to unsubscribe.
No, but those aren't with. I've seen that.
Yeah.
But I've also gotten these that, DeMarco, I'm sure people will send you things in the mail. They will stick stuff on your front door
everywhere.
We would like to talk to you if you're interested in selling it. It's one a week, right? So I thought that was this.
One a day.
Right? It sometimes is. Anyway, I apologize if that's a real
Enjoy
thing.
yourself. That's my favorite rabbit hole on YouTube is watching those scammers get scammed.
Yeah.
I love those. Keep getting them. Thank you.
Johnny hit a really, really majestic home run last night.
Majestic bomb.
Yes.
I don't feel the least bit. I don't feel less manly saying that.
Okay, now see, you throw me on these tangents. What would be unmanly about saying that a home run is majestic?
That's an inside thing. I was describing Todd Gurley way back, and I said when he breaks into the open field, it was majestic. It stopped the room. Like, really, dude? What's wrong with you?
What? Okay, the word majestic is what they got hung up on?
Maybe it was too breathy how I said majestic.
Oh, now.
I don't know.
The way your delivery could send us in a different direction.
It just made me feel the icks. But yeah, it did. Made me feel the icks. But
okay.
I got the same thing. I told you, man. I've watched that home run.
It was incredible.
Incredible. And I've just slowed it down, watched it at normal pace, rewound it again, let me see it again. I'm looking at his eyes, I'm looking at his hips, I'm looking at everything. Like, how in the hell is he doing this?
Yep.
It looks like he's catching the ball on the bat and then throwing it out like jai-alai.
It really does.
It really does. Like, how are you doing this?
So he's hit that point in his career where, because he does stuff that we've never seen before, like 50-50, because he is just such a unique athlete, just a one-of-one sort of guy. The way at his size, his speed, his power, his majesticness, his grace,
his majesty,
his majesty. Thank you. Your vocabulary is better than mine. His majesty. Thank you. His majesty.
Right.
That's great. All of these things.
Yeah.
That we're like, okay, what else can he do? How can he kick it even higher? Right. Like, and he's got this knack for. Whether it's his first postseason at bat with the Dodgers where he hits a home run, his first spring training game he hits a home run. He has a flair for the dramatic, right?
Yeah.
And like not everybody. There's a lot of good players, but he's got that thing where, hey, I need you to do something special, and he frequently does. So here's my question to you.
Yeah,
he got very close to this last year, but it didn't happen. Is he going to hit one out of Dodger Stadium? Because that one he hit last night was the first one so far this season that was at least kind of sort of close.
Okay.
And here's the one he hit last summer. And again, last night, we're middle of April. It's still cool at night. It's damp at night. The ball's not carrying super far. It hasn't gotten hot. The sun was down, et cetera, all this stuff. And that ball got near the top of the pavilion. The one he hit last year on Sunday Night Baseball was towards center field, a little bit to the right side of center field, where it went below the roof but above that sign, and he missed hitting it on the roof by 10 feet.
By a little bit, yeah.
10. It wasn't by much. So that shot pulled a little bit towards more of the foul pole. I think this is the bar that Ohtani has set for himself. Like, I need you to hit one out of the stadium, and I think he's going to do it.
He probably will, and when he does, I won't be surprised at all. Okay. I won't be shocked.
Can I give you a little data?
Yeah.
It's only 4 people. Dodger Stadium's been here since 1962, I think was its first season. Okay?
Yes, I've heard this. There's plaques, right?
There's only 4 people that have ever hit the ball over that roof.
Is it Mike Piazza on there?
Mike Piazza is on the list.
Who else is on that list? It's a couple of opponents, right?
It's Mike Piazza is the only Dodger to have done it.
Okay.
Willie Stargell did it twice.
Willie Stargell.
Again, Willie Stargell, legendary slugger.
Yeah.
Mark McGwire. Yep. Okay, sure. And Giancarlo Stanton.
Three big
all four
monsters,
of them
monsters.
Are sluggers.
And he's of that ilk.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
And I'm sure it may happen sooner than later because, like we were talking about pitching, they're throwing harder and harder because it takes two to tango.
Yep.
You're going to have to throw it hard at him. And then it's probably coming soon.
And last night's, what was it, I think it was 442.
Yeah.
Is that what they had it at? So that, not to get too down the rabbit hole of hitting, but that ball felt like it had top spin. Like the trajectory of that ball was high to low.
Okay.
Right? It kind of felt like it was like a top spin tennis shot that goes over the net and then turns down.
Right.
That was a top spinner, it felt like. I could be wrong, but just the trajectory felt like one that he kind of top spun. The backspin ones are the ones that carry forever.
That's going to fly.
And the backspinner one he hit to center field last year just missed. I really do think he's going to do it, and I'm here for it. I can't wait to see, because I know he's going to hit 30 or 35 or 40 or 45. He's going to do that in his sleep. So let's up the ante, and he's definitely swinging hard enough to do it. I've never seen a guy swing that hard that often.
Who do you think is the hardest throwers in the division? Not playing for the Dodgers.
So this will give him a good opportunity. They all are. There are just so few like soft tossing hit your spots guy. Even the guys that are hit your spots guys are all 95 now. Like 95 is your opening ante to pitch in the major leagues, it seems like right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if he turns around a 95, 98, 99, or 100, that ball's going to leave the ballpark almost every time. But if he catches one right, onto your point, 101, 102, where does that damn thing come down?
Yu Darvish.
Yeah. Darvish is probably...
Yu Darvish lays one in there, and it goes out of Dodger Stadium.
Like, I really do think that is on the bingo card for him this year.
Probably, and I mean, look, I think everything is on the table with him. Because the other thing, as I'm watching him and watching him do the things he does and how he never changes his demeanor or his facial expressions just don't change. Pretty soon he's going to be pitching. I never thought one man could be a difference maker in that sport. Like even Barry Bonds doesn't guarantee you a World Series or a Roger Clemens at his best.
I think that's still true.
I think it just might change with him.
He's as close as we've seen in a long time, but
because you said,
but keep in mind,
he keeps delivering like he's pitching, but at the plate.
He does.
Yes.
But we've seen it, and the Angels were garbage.
Okay, well, you have to have people around
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
he was full Ohtani in Anaheim. He was the best pitcher on the team. He was the best slugger on the team, but because the team was a tire fire, they didn't go anywhere.
About to make Greg mad. He went from McLaren to Ferrari, and now he's winning.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just that he was surrounded by really mediocre major league players, and now he's surrounded by outstanding major league players, and his performance can kind of kick it over the top.
Yeah.
But baseball is not a one-man gang. Like you could have Ohtani and Trout, and they weren't very good.
But with him, maybe I'm just getting too far. Maybe I was just like caught up in the romanticism of watching this guy swing the bat because it is so special. Because it does not make sense. How do you get it from there to there?
It doesn't.
And it goes out of the park.
You said something I thought because it happened not last night, so Tuesday night. He swung and missed at a pitch, whatever. He does strike out a lot. That's just who he is.
That's part of the fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. He did a thing that because I was watching with Susan, that he swung and missed, and he grimaced, not in pain, not in like, but in like, God, I can't believe I made that. Like, kind of like, God, that was awful. He made that face.
Okay. Yeah.
He very rarely is demonstrative in any sort of way other than excitement. Right. Like he when he takes a bad swing
or celebrating. Yeah.
Right. He just okay, throw it again.
Yeah.
Like I love how even keeled he is, even when he's not hot as a firecracker.
I mean,
he's just such a chill guy.
You should do, and this guy I was telling you about, the hitting coach. He does the overlays, and he does the overlays of every batter, and he does it with Shohei, and it's the same damn image. Over and over and over and over, and it just doesn't change. He's like letter perfect in what he does and how he does it just about every time, especially when he makes contact. It's incredible.
Then, like you said a second ago, he's going to pitch at some point this year.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to go take on... And
now I want to see him do it. I changed my mind. I didn't want to see him pitch. I don't want to take away from the guy at the plate. Now I want him to be I want to see him on the mound and do both.
I don't think it will. Whatever it takes away from the plate, I think will be minuscule, if at all. Like
it might not.
Yeah. It just he's done it before. If this were like, hey, we're going to try this for the first time, I think it would be a totally. But we have proof of concept.
Right.
It's worked.
And
it's not an
maybe
idea.
We're underselling. When's the last time he's actually pitched?
2 years ago, basically. So 2 seasons ago. I guess
he's been getting ready for 2 years. Yeah. He may go right to the top of the rotation. That's pie in the sky.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Little bit, even Shohei Ohtani will have a little rust to knock off, but not much.
I'm almost expecting no rust.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm expecting you to be perfect. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Did you hate For Love of the Game?
No.
Kevin Costner's movie?
I didn't hate it. It's not my favorite baseball movie ever, but it's okay.
I was watching it with my wife and daughter, and we were loving it. We were enjoying it. I'm like, this is a great moment, and I kept thinking of you.
No, it's fine.
Every time they showed the baseball stuff, I'm like, I hope he looks like a credible pitcher to Travis.
This is why Kevin Costner's in every sports movie.
Because he looks credible.
Because he looks right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
okay.
The reason he was in Tin Cup, he can swing a golf club.
Okay.
The reason he's in Bull Durham, he can swing a bat. The reason he's in For the Love of the Game is because he can throw a baseball.
I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Don't ruin it. You ruined The Natural.
No, I didn't ruin The Natural. The casting director ruined The Natural.
I can't watch The Natural now and not get frustrated. I love For Love of the Game. Don't ruin it. Good.
We've had 2 people point out to us that there is another person that hit it out of Dodger Stadium.
Who did I miss?
Tatis.
Oh, yeah.
And I've watched a couple of videos today. They tagged us in, yes.
Tatis, too. I missed Tatis.
Or we just leave him out because he's a Padre.
Yeah, I don't count Padre.
What's on the other side of that?
Which, to left or right
field? If you do
field?
take it out. What's it going to hit?
Well, now there's like that concourse that's out there.
Yeah.
So the concourse goes all the way around. It used to be just outside, like the parking lot. Like if you go back to like the 80s and 90s and early 2000s before they connected.
It was a parking lot?
It was there
so
was
you're
a ticket
a windshield.
window.
Okay.
Well, no, because there's like some asphalt to where you don't park like touching the back
so
fence.
now it's where you would land it in the Cutwater station
behind
in
the Shake Shack. It
the
would one
Shake
hop
Shack,
into the fryer.
Cutwater, and then get a pizza
the blue
place.
fire truck back there.
It would be amazing.
That would be
and
awesome.
where the broadcast
I think he's going to do it too.
It's coming.
Somebody needs to tell him, hey, only 5 guys have done this, and he'd probably do it
6.
tomorrow.
Give him a torpedo bat. He'll do it.
5 including
5 includes Tatis.
5 including Tatis.
If he hit the Cutwater stand, that would be the endorsement of a lifetime.
Dude.
Well, they did it. Remember at Angel
Cutwater
Stadium, he
doesn't
hit
mean
the
endorsement.
course.
It's Emily.
Can you imagine that though? If Ohtani does it, oh my God! Wow.
He probably will.
That's what I'm saying.
And somebody just, hey, only 5 people. Oh, okay.
Right.
You know what he did? He'd kind of give you that Ohtani look and go.
He exploded the Cutwater stand. Yes.
And then he's just out there launching them. He's amazing.
Fun to watch, man.
They're in 3rd place. What? That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
It's the final day of the NHL regular season, and tonight the Kings are back at home where they lead the NHL in home ice wins and have set franchise record numbers.
It's impressive, there's no question. That one I think we share with everybody, with our fans, with the city. That's us. That's all of us. We go on the road, you see some Kings jerseys in the stands, they're cheering you on. It's great to have them, but here, this is us. It's Game 82 as the Kings conclude the season at Crypto.com Arena against the Calgary Flames. Tune in tonight for all the action at 6:30 on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network. Ready to drive home in a brand new ride? The 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC is yours with an amazing 2.99% APR for 36 months. That's right, lock in super low financing at just 2.99%. Plus drive with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or online at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com to find your perfect Santa Fe today.
On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 36 payments at $29.08 per $1,000 financed. Offer expires 4/30/2025.
In the 2025 draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont. Suzanne.
Wildfires don't just destroy homes, they turn lives upside down. When the Eaton fire swept through, families were left scared and overwhelmed and unsure where to turn. You're about to hear something from someone who lived through it. One of Jacob's clients, one fighting for justice against Southern California Edison.
When I got the call, there was a fast-moving fire. I was like, no, this is not happening. And I tried to get out the car to get into the house. When I came out, flipped down the stairs, and I sat outside till almost 4 in the morning. I drove to the market, and I slept in my car. And when I went back, it looked like someone had dropped a nuclear bomb out today, and I couldn't recognize the streets.
If the Eaton fire left you and your family with nothing, Jacob and Ronnie is ready to fight for you. He's already filed lawsuits against Southern California Edison for their responsibility for the fire, and his team is helping families recover every dollar they deserve. Call 844-24-JACOB or visit calljacob.com. Together, we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob. Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-452-6262. That's 800-452-6262. Again, that's 800-452-6262.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Susan.
That's DeMarco thinking about the LA Kings and all the hockey players. Just moved to Saskatchewan.
Dang right.
I'm waiting for another Kings fact, another Canadian tidbit, something. You gonna let me down?
Canadian facts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Vancouver.
No, I'm looking up.
Vancouver.
Wait, so the playoff starts Saturday, right? Winnipeg?
Some of them start Saturday.
Some of them. And when do we know when the Kings will play?
The Kings will start either Sunday or Monday.
Sunday or Monday. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting excited. This is always fun. You know what's weird? That's what's weird. Usually when it's hockey playoff time, it's cold, sort of.
Well, this is when
it's always this time, so it's always actually kind of warm.
No, I mean in different places.
Well, sure. Like
that's what I mean.
Minnesota.
I like all my memories about this time of year being a hockey nut and hanging out with hockey players, bro. Oh my God!
You know what they all are?
Nuts.
They like to party, most of them.
Yes,
and they're very good golfers.
They do like to golf.
They love golf.
They do love to golf.
Because they get
You're right.
summers off.
Yeah,
and they play golf. And they're from Canada when it's nice outside.
And this is
so
what
you can
they do.
Go play some golf in Moose Jaw.
But just trying to get down to the barn.
Yellow Fork River, where all the they have very colorful names.
Moose
in
Jaw. Yeah, trying to get to the barn, as they called it. They didn't call the arena the arena.
It's the barn.
It's the barn. Trying to get to the barn, and it's like snow everywhere.
Yeah. That's because that's where they would play.
That's what I mean. You're right.
Barn.
Okay.
Yeah, or get ready in the barn.
The playoffs are always April to June.
Yeah.
For hockey.
I tried to do a playoff beard. It didn't work out. No.
You know what? I
tried.
My beard didn't grow fast enough.
Yeah.
Like I have to kind of just leave it in place. I could not start clean shaven in game one and look like Grizzly Adams by the second round.
Right.
Those guys they're more manly.
I look bad with a beard, and I can't say, well, I'm playing hockey tomorrow.
Patchy?
It just doesn't grow in where it should, and it's weird. It's weird. Remember the goaltender Grant Fuhrer?
Of course.
That's where I got it from, because Fuhrer Farr.
Oh.
Yeah, so you should grow a playoff beard, chum.
He call you chum?
Chum. Chum. All right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he have a thick Canadian accent?
That's the way he spoke. I didn't. Okay. Well, that's a whole nother subject.
Okay, but
you were going to say you didn't know he's black.
I did not know Grant Fuhr was black.
Yeah, that's okay to say.
How did you know?
Yeah, because that. Yeah, I mean, go ahead. You can say that.
Oh my God.
I just said it. It's fine.
Oh, there were two things.
Yeah.
I didn't know Ricky Prohl was white.
Well, yeah,
I had no
okay.
idea
because of the name.
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo
Bowl. When you played with the Arizona Cardinals, Ricky was the guy.
So
but he looked like a light-skinned black dude.
I'm going to tell you a name.
Yeah. Okay.
This is one of my buddies from college, teammate of mine.
Okay.
Okay. You tell me black or white.
Okay.
Antonio Vernon.
You got to be black.
He's not. and so
oh my God.
And so that's the thing. Like, and he was an all CIF. He went to De La Salle guy. He was on one of those De La Salle teams that won 1 billion games in a row.
Antonio Vernon?
And he was the running back named Antonio Vernon. And when he'd show up, everybody's like, well, that can't be him.
You turned a lot of heads, didn't you? Oh my God. Okay. Sorry.
He's the reverse Grant Fuhr.
But Kings are playing Edmonton. We need to be anti-Canada for the next couple of days. We got to be, crush some Tim Hortons in our own bare hands.
You ready for one?
Go ahead.
Okay, former Angels outfielder Reggie Willits.
I'm going to assume he's white. Okay.
Reggie Willits. Would you have guessed this if we were not playing the game?
Not at all.
Yeah. I'm just saying. There are a few guys that just kind of name-wise kind of throw you in a different direction.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Grant Fuhr was
I'm
very
so
good.
happy. I hope the Kings make a deep,
Grant
long
Fuhr played
run
for the Kings briefly.
After the Blues or before?
I don't know about where in the Blues chain of events, but
the worst man I've ever been around as far as sports is concerned is a hockey head coach, and it was Mike Keenan. And
well, he was a nutcase.
He ran people out, and he was bad, like horrible. Like I couldn't believe this is how he talked to his team, and how his team talked about him. But they were winning. It was crazy.
Grant Fuhr came to the Kings right before he went to St. Louis.
Right before there. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
It was a nice run. Yes.
Chum.
Grow a beard, chum.
I love calling guys chum. This is, I don't know if I've ever seen this before. The Dodgers have the second most wins in Major League Baseball. Okay. Follow along. They're in third place in their division.
Okay.
Second most wins in baseball, third place in their division. And the reason that is because the Giants have a better percentage than them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting off to a good start. Padres getting off to a
Padres are off to a historic start.
You believe?
I mean, the Diamondbacks are at over 10 wins, 11-7.
Diamondbacks are good too.
I saw from Bob Nightingale, he's tweeted out that every team in the NL West would be at least tied for the best record in any other division in baseball.
I guess they got sick of talking about the Dodgers. When you think, you would have to think it's spurring them on. I would get sick of hearing about the Dodgers all year.
You're going to hate me for this, DeMarco.
Go ahead.
That baseball is not played like that. You just play every day, and you're going to have weird stretches. Like the second you do it,
no, not that. But I would bet if you're a Padre, a Diamondback, or anybody outside of the Dodgers would probably be sick of hearing about the Dodgers.
Sick about hearing about it. But the Padres are really good and hot, so that's why you get what you get with them. I think they're 17-4 or something crazy like that. The Diamondbacks 15-4. The Diamondbacks are really good and kind of hot.
Okay.
Right? So they're in a good spot. The Giants I don't think are good. I think they're just hot. Right? I think they'll come back to the pack. And the Dodgers are not hot and very good.
Right.
So that's why I think everybody is where they are. Padres are going to make the playoffs. I think Arizona will make the playoffs. The Dodgers are obviously going to make the playoffs. I don't think the Giants will. But I think it's interesting to kind of think about those are the teams you're going to play the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
Play in your division. The iron sharpening iron thing. Like, this is good news that they're going to get a bunch of good teams to play a lot.
That makes me happy to hear you say that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do the other Steve Mason thing. Like, you want everybody to be bad, so you have the easiest route to the top.
Not in baseball. You got to play good teams.
That's
like
me too.
Because
so
far they really have. They play.
You got to have a threat in your division.
You got to have somebody that gets your attention.
Yes, your rear view.
Yeah. And I don't look. The Dodgers are going to win that division, and we could have a little fun with this now.
Wait, real quick. How confident in that are you?
1,000 trillion %.
Even with how hot and good the Padres.
1,000 trillion %.
I like hearing that. Go ahead.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
But what I was going to ask was, I think if we set the over-under on how many games they win the division by, 6.5, 7.
Is that thinner than normal?
And that may the Padres are off to a good start and they're really good. But if they won the division by 12 games, I would not be surprised.
I would go. I personally though would take the under.
You think so?
I think the Padres are going to keep the same level. Not same
They're
level.
They're not going to win 85% of their games.
No. I do think they will be pushing the Dodgers the entire season. So I think it's going to be under 6.5 games.
Chasing.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would take the over, and I also think that if they got to double digits, I wouldn't be shocked by it. But I do like the idea of, hey, they're really good. We're going to have to see them. The Diamondbacks are really good. We might have to see them. That instead of waiting around for the Phillies to come through, instead of waiting around for your one series against the Yankees or the Red Sox or whoever may be good in the American League, you're going to play really good teams a bunch. I think is very, very good news for them.
I think it's great. I think it's better for Dave Roberts. It's easier to get your messages across when you can just point down and say, look at San Diego if we don't get our blanks together. So that's what I mean. How confident are you that they're going to win the NL West just by showing up? Because of how good they are, or how good we think they're going to be.
So, we talk a lot about how the postseason in baseball is like the ultimate crapshoot. It's the reason they haven't had a repeat winner in 25 years.
Right.
It's just super random. The regular season is not. The regular season almost always identifies the best team.
So do you think the Padres break down for a while?
No.
Oh.
But they're not going to win. They're abnormally hot right now. They're good.
They're good.
They're the double right now. They're very good and very hot. So they're kicking everybody's butt right now. The Dodgers are exceptionally good and kind of, if we're being honest, kind of cold. And they're still kind of right there. They will.
For an extended period, and they're going to have to cool off at the same time.
They both of those things will happen. The Dodgers will have their month or two where they are somewhere between hot to very hot, and they're just going to pull away.
If I'm them, I would, in the middle of this Dodger dynasty, I would love to etch my name just one time as NL champion.
The Giants did it a couple years ago.
I would just love to do that. Even if we didn't win the World Series, that would mean more to me.
The Dodgers won 105, and the Giants won 106, and then the Dodgers went and beat them in the playoffs. And they had to win 106 games to win the division, and they won it by one lousy game. They're pretty good. They'll be all right. Far Side is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Rotolo Chevrolet is also very good. They don't have that one that slipped in there. They don't have the Giants that slipped in there. They've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. That's what they do every single year, is take care of you and me and everybody else that comes to Rotolo Chevrolet. Right there in Fontana, 210 Freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. Can't miss it. And if you've been thinking, oh, man, there's another Silverado, go take a look at that High Country Edition or the Trail Boss. There's just so many unbelievable Silverados for you at Rotolo Chevrolet. They're going to give you a great deal, but that customer service, that's what you're going to remember for a very, very long time. That's why I love telling you about Rotolo Chevrolet. I love sending my friends to Rotolo Chevrolet. They've bought cars there. I've bought cars there because they're going to hook you up. Rotolo Chevy, right off the 210 Freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, like I mentioned. And if Fontana's kind of far for you, and I get it, it's, other side of town for some of us, ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com. And whether you go in or go on, go see what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet and tell them that Travis sent you.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Festival season fashion. Country fans in boots, pop fans in their sneaks, and I in my stretchy pants because jelly beans. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Easter freebie. Get a free stuffed Beanie Bunny on Easter Sunday.
Number 2.
Big League gift giveaway. Get a sandproof picnic blanket when you earn 500 points on your rewards card the 22nd.
And the number 1 reason.
Fog Hat. Live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo. Good times.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Okay, so usually I like to mind my own business. I like to talk to people. You know this, right? I'll talk to anybody, have conversations with. We have fun, but I like to mind my own business, which means if you got heat with somebody else, not my business, I'm not involved. Until I got, jumped into this gang called the St. Louis Blues fandom. So I didn't know. I'm learning these rivalries just like I am with the Kings again. This seems
what's up, Holmes?
Eerily familiar, right? So Blackhawks and back then the Red Wings were enemy number one.
Okay.
Then it became the Kings because of what was the goaltender that was so hot? Oh my gosh.
Quick.
Jonathan freaking Quick.
Yep.
Stopped everything in the world.
Yeah, he was 2-time Stanley Cup champion.
Stopped everything in the world, caused nothing but heartache for my zip code at the time.
Yeah.
So, but I remember going around, and my good friend was a guy named Tony Twist. He was the enforcer. This is old school hockey.
Mm-hmm.
He was the most popular guy in town, and he was the scariest individual I've ever seen play a sport. I can't believe they pay you.
He was a real NHL tough guy.
The last heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, he's real deal.
Relished it, and it was more than just fighting on the ice during the games. What he had to do in camp versus all these kids coming up trying to earn a job.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, these guys fight just about everywhere. So I'm hanging out with him. So I go from the normal Gen Pop section of the crowd, good seats, to the VIP areas, the VIP loops. And I don't know, it's Blackhawks night, so I'm wearing all my Blues stuff, got my hat on, I'm just excited walking around. And there's a dust up, Blues and Blackhawks fans. And it was one of those moments like West Side Story. It was like I walked in and I'm like, oh my God, it's the Jets and the Sharks.
Sure.
Right. They're right. So I look and they look at me and the Blackhawks fans look at me like, oh, you're one of them. And for a minute, I'm like, no, I'm not even. The hell with it. We just start going right there. Right there, just for fun.
In the barn?
In the VIP section of the barn. And it's going on all over the place. Yeah. It's just one of those nights. The Blackhawks are there. The Blues are there. They're not backing up. They were talking about red ice, all this type of stuff, right? So we just start going right there, but not in a bad way where anybody's trying to get hurt. It's just one of those like hooliganism fights. We're wrestling, basically.
Yeah.
The security's coming to run in and break us up, and they get into it, too. It's all fun. We break it all up. No one gets thrown out. We all go back to our seats and have one of the best nights we've ever seen.
That's great.
Watching hockey. It was just so much fun. So I cannot wait. We have been saying we should go to a hockey game together.
I tried.
You did? When?
Never.
Is there a story to this?
No, he has asked.
I told you the story a few minutes ago.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to lead you right into that. I didn't mean, no.
Yeah,
This is not the point of this.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You asked, and I'm just.
But if we all go to a hockey game, and it's the Kings' biggest rival is
right now,
where it's a blood
Edmonton.
feud. It's a blood feud.
Yes.
Not a competitive rival. I mean, your biggest rival.
Yes.
Even if you're bad, we still hate you.
Yes.
It's the Oilers.
Yes.
Okay, so if we all go to a Kings game and we're wearing Kings gear and we get accosted by Oilers fans, do you have my back?
I'm a Ducks fan.
See, this is what I mean. This is why I'm asking. But we're all here together supporting the Kings.
I would have your back because you're a teammate of mine.
Yes?
Yes.
Jorge?
Of course.
We are public
Yeah.
figures.
Yeah, we got.
I
got
mean,
your
We
back.
can't
I'm
be doing that.
I'm starting to think if you're already
I'm not starting it.
pre-planning the fight
I'm
before we
not
go,
starting the
I don't think I
fight.
want to
It's
go
like
with
that
you.
factor cap. Like, hey, what's up with
I'm
your guy,
just
dude?
saying, bro. If we get into a dust-up in the VIP section of the arena.
Yeah.
Can I bring Frankie?
Hey, what's up, Hong?
No, not them.
Oh, come on, I'll bring Frankie.
I'm just saying. Okay, are we backing up or what are we doing
No,
here?
I'm with you.
Okay,
I'm with
Thank you. I'm just checking.
Yes.
That was a cool moment because the guys that were with, there was a couple of Bobos that Tony knew, and I was with them going to the seats.
Let me ask you this. I know your deal. Were Tony's friends kind of like Tony?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay.
One of them, Big Al, was a professional arm wrestler. That's his life, and the other guy sold cars.
Okay.
And the minute the dust up started, they were gone.
The professional arm wrestler, I would think, would at least have some physicality
He
to
wasn't
him.
going to mess with his moneymaker. That
Oh,
was his
okay,
thing.
that
Yeah,
makes sense.
Not at all. So,
That
yeah,
makes
they
sense.
just ran. So I just want to make sure. If we go, when we go, let's go on rivalry night and see what happens.
Let me just tell you, you're not selling me on a night out with you if you're pre-planning the fights.
I'm not pre-planning,
Yeah.
but you've been to hockey games. You've been to when it reaches a fever pitch.
I have never had the experience that you have described.
Really?
I have seen fights at hockey games on the ice in the stands, but never involving.
Never
me.
when it's crazy.
No.
Oh, okay, that's my favorite. I hope the Kings fans get crazy sometimes.
They're fine.
And they're protective of their group.
Look, Kings fans are great fans.
Okay.
They are incredibly passionate fans. They are incredibly loyal fans.
Yeah. I
through
figured.
good years, bad years, and everything in between, they are all in all the time.
Always
they have
respected.
terrific fans.
The only fan base I think I don't respect was the Vancouver Canucks. When they had the Sedins.
The Sedins. Henrik and what was the other one? Tomas,
They
maybe?
used to call them the Sedin sisters, and they would
Yeah.
do this on TV, and it was accepted. The other, them, no
Matt.
respect.
What was that? Now I need to know the other Sedin.
The other
This is gonna
Sedins?
bother me.
Yes.
It was Henrik and something else.
Them, yes, but we need to go. I just want to make sure who I'm going with, because if you say no, we can't go to hockey games. Peter Sedin.
Yeah.
The Sedin
Apparently
twins.
there's a third brother, the Stefan or Stefan.
Is there
Sedin.
another one?
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's three of them.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. We didn't really hurt each other. You can have little.
Yeah, but see,
you can have little skirmishes without hurting
but
people.
see, this is what I worry about
What?
with you in particular and people like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're big and strong, and you lived in an environment for a very long time where you laid hands on other human beings.
I was helping.
I understand
Yeah.
that you were, but you're a strong guy, and you know how to use your big, strong body, and you can move people very
Them hockey
easily.
fans did not care one iota. They were ready to go.
I'm experiencing some PTSD with you. When I was standing there trying to take a picture with you, and you lifted me over your head, I'm like, yeah, this is a different sort of physicality
It
that
was
I'm
fun.
not used to.
I enjoyed it. It was not foreign to me what we were doing.
That's what I'm getting at.
I
is
had a
that
smile
you
on
can,
my face.
Look, I'm not a small guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And you moved me like I was a chair.
Yes.
Like you just picked me up and moved me to the other side of the room. Like I don't know if I want to do that.
There's
Even
some
if
Braveheart
you're
in there.
having fun, the other guy might not be.
There's some William Wallace in here.
We got to post that picture, by the way.
Which one?
Of him lifting you.
We never did that one, did we?
No, you gotta
don't post that one. I have skinny jeans on. Yeah.
It is used across
don't
our,
use that one. Yeah,
our marketing team.
That's the only time I've worn those jeans.
Well, let's take a look. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll decide.
My wife picked them. I'm like, I will never wear
unless
these
you
again
wanna pick me
anywhere,
up
everywhere.
And I'm sorry, skinny jeans are so out. They're not. Nobody wears skinny jeans
I'm
anymore.
not. No, I will never. They're still in the closet. You want a pair of skinny jeans?
No,
they might fit you.
Nah, man.
Yeah. They might fit you.
Can you
never
imagine
know.
if I
What's
tried to
skinny
put
for
on
me
a pair
might
of
be
skinny
baggy for
jeans?
you.
No, there it is. Hold on, I'm looking at you right now.
They're just called
No, they
jeans
look
for you
fine.
now.
Yeah.
You don't look weird in these.
I don't look weird.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
that's too tight, bro. Nah,
You can see it from over there.
See, that's
I'm
like
posting it.
spandex.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not. I mean, you wore tights for
Throw
football,
some knee
bro.
pads
Stop.
on, I can go wrestle. That's what it looks like.
Max Starks will do a little NFL talk coming up next. It's Driving DeMarco 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, we are inside of a week to go before the 2025 NFL Draft. We are joined right now by somebody who's going to be covering the draft for ESPN Radio. We'll be part of their draft coverage team. Every pick, every round live, presented by ZipRecruiter GNC and American Family Insurance. None other than 10-year NFL veteran, Pittsburgh Steeler, Max Starks. How you feeling, Max? He's not here yet. Oh, we're gonna talk to Max in a minute. We will talk to Max coming up in just a little bit.
That's a big man.
I don't want you to get into all this because I want to have a nice long conversation about this as we do it. However, your eyes lit up when I mentioned to you today that it was the 40th anniversary of Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler having their epic fight.
I watch that annually. I do, or at least once a month I watch that fight. It's the greatest 3-round fight of all. The greatest first round ever. Two dudes that refused to back up.
Yes. You know what it was like, DeMarco? And it was like a fight in a movie.
Yeah.
Like most boxing fights are kind of slow to develop, and you might have little flurries of action here and there.
Yeah.
There's a feel-out round, and depending on the type of fighters that you have, sometimes you don't get a ton of it. Like you watch a Floyd Mayweather fight, there's not a ton of stuff that happens.
There's a
typically.
feel-out round. You're trying to figure it out as a chess match, or one guy comes out smoking and the other guy goes down.
This was a ding, and they charged at each other and started throwing bombs.
I watched the first round during one of these breaks, and what they keep saying is terrific pace throughout this fight. And it's like right off the bat, boom, they start swinging. This is really good.
You said it as we were watching it, and then about a minute or so later, there was the commentator said, "They're not boxing, they're fighting."
That's
and
Brockton, Mass, and
like
Detroit just butting heads in a ring in Vegas. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So as mentioned, the draft is coming up on Thursday. 10-year NFL veteran Max Starks will be part of the ESPN Radio draft coverage team. Every pick, every round, that is live, powered by ZipRecruiter GNC and American Family Insurance. Max, how you feeling this morning?
Big Max.
Hey, I am doing well, fellas. Good to talk to you. D-Far, good to talk to you, bro.
What's happening, man? It's the anniversary of Hagler Hearns. Have you ever seen that fight?
I have only seen highlights of it, and and it was actually was I think my uncle had a VHS of it.
Yeah, big time. I know it's a 3-round war. It's what we used to do on the football field, O-line, D-line, but with boxing gloves. They just refuse to back up. Let's see. You were drafted 3rd round, right? 3rd round in 2004. Yeah. What was draft day like for you?
Well, the good thing was, DeMarco, I can say this. I was a day 1 selection back in those days.
That's true.
Right. Yeah,
that's true.
They went a little deeper then, right, Max?
Yeah. But, I mean, the process was, it was one of those, it was stressful, knowing whether you would or would not be picked. When I got my Blesto report, it said that I was late first through 3rd-round talent, as far as how they rated me. And, I mean, and to think of that, in that time, I was the 4th tackle drafted that year. I mean, and that was all the way at pick 75 it took to get 4 tackles drafted. Today, I don't even think you can get past the 1st round without having a minimum 4 tackles drafted. And, so it just goes to show you just how time has changed. But it was frustrating at first, not knowing, but then the elation of when that call does come through and that relief, comes in because a team has selected you and you've had an opportunity now to know, hey, where am I going to kind of try and hitch my horse to, is a great relief, and then brings on a whole new set of problems, as you know.
No doubt.
Now, you get selected, now you got to make it.
That was the Eli Manning draft, right? That was Larry Fitzgerald,
Correct.
Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, who would become your teammate.
Yeah.
Insane. Together. So that leads me to this current draft and who's in it, and I guess the main characters of this draft. When you talk about Shedeur Sanders and you talk about Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, I wonder what they're going through right now, a week out from the draft. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think the nerves are definitely starting to set in. I mean, I think I saw something where Cam Ward was on some type of live, either Twitch or something, playing Fortnite, and people were kind of hammering him with questions and he was giving all the Tennessee answers that you wanted to hear. Nerves from that perspective. Obviously, you have the jersey retirement coming up of Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders at Colorado. I mean, guys are trying to fill their space so that you're not left with that free time or that, alone time, so to speak, trying to surround yourself with people so that you don't have to think about those things. But the nerves are definitely settling in because, I mean, this is the dream of every child that plays football, right, is this day. Mm-hmm. But the nerves of not knowing where you'll be continuing your career can always mess with your mind. And then, of course, hopefully these guys have limited their social media engagement. But, the news of Shedeur falling and, where Travis Hunter will be. Is he a wide receiver? Is he a defensive back? All of this kind of speculation creeps in, and that can take you off the main goal, which is being ready for whatever opportunity comes and being ready to go put your hand in the pile as soon as you get called to a team.
Max Starks is joining us. He played 10 years in the NFL. He'll be covering the NFL draft on ESPN Radio. That is coming up on Thursday. And Max, that lag time that you just described, that, okay, your name is read, you know where you're headed, from the elation of realizing a lifelong dream of all the work that's gone into it. And, you go to college, you play well in college, you get drafted to, oh, man, I got to get to work. Like, how long do you really get to kind of sit there and enjoy the fact that I at least have climbed this portion of the mountain?
I mean, you get about, for a first-round pick, you get about 10 to 12 hours, and that, because normally the team is whisking you away to their team to do an introductory press conference and be in front of the team in the team city. And then after that, you'll go back home, collect your goods that you need, and then you'll be whisked back to that city again because you'll be starting mini camp, and whether it's rookie mini camp or all team mini camp, you'll have to deal with that, and it usually happens either that following weekend or the one after. You have 2 different windows that you can do that, depending on the coach. And then, you might have a couple of days here, and then OTAs start. And the OTA process goes all the way until mid-June. So you really have to kind of be on from the draft point on, especially for day 1 guys and day 2 guys. And you got to be ready to kick in and ready to dive into the playbook. Get associated with the city if you've never been there, if it's brand new or it's a place that you feel comfortable with. you got to start getting your bearings and start to prepare the process of getting ready for an NFL season, which for these young guys is going to feel like a really long postseason from college going into the season because you don't really get any breaks.
Max, I brought a toothbrush to training camp. That's all I brought. I'm here for war and not to go home. Robert Gallery was the first tackle taken in your draft. I'm looking at all the dudes taken ahead of you. I think you outperformed them all.
Didn't they move him to guard like 5 minutes after they drafted him?
They did. I was there for that first game. It literally lasted one series at left tackle for Robert.
And they bumped him in.
And then he settled in at guard for his career.
Wow, crazy. Vernon Carey, I don't remember. Jacob Rogers, I don't remember. And then there's Max Starks. Unbelievable. See, the draft is a crapshoot. You never know. You're on draft analysis this week, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Starting next Thursday, a week away.
Okay, do you do a team-by-team breakdown to get ready?
Yeah, I mean, I look at the needs of the teams, and I look at what their off-season activity's been, going into this, and then, of course, trying to identify what true need is based with what's available on the board. Because, best available is a very subjective and arbitrary word that's thrown around a lot.
Right.
But it's really, it comes on a case-by-case analysis. So I try and make sure that I'm prepared. I've got my board, and I've got all the big additions and losses to pair with what the needs are of the current roster.
Just how to break it. I'm just curious what you think about the Rams and their marriage with Matthew Stafford, an aging quarterback, and they had a pretty good run last season, a young defense. I'm wondering how you see this draft stacking up with what's available and what this team might need.
Well, I think when you kind of look at it, I mean, they're all the way at the end of the first round. So, I mean, as I'm looking at it, like for the Rams' perspective, like this is one where, how good do you feel, right? Because, you made the trade with the Eagles, so you're drafting exactly last. I mean, in that position, I don't think there's a quarterback available that they're gonna fall in love with, that they're going to take a first-round pick on. I mean, as we look at, a lot of people talking about, hey, I want to keep that fifth-year option available. Yeah. They usually get extensions before that. So it's like, to put a first-round grade or try and put that first-round contract on a quarterback hasn't really vied well. I think there is some value. I think they can go find some kids, in day 2 and day 3, which we're talking about the Rams actually having a multitude of draft picks in the first 2 days. Pretty crazy. But I look at it as, you do need to beef up, a couple of things. I would say you spent last year beefing up the defense. It has paid dividends. I think now you can pay a little bit more attention to the offensive side of the ball. Get another receiver, because you also have an aging wide receiver on the outside in Devontae Adams. That you want to pair somebody with Puka Nacua and get that understudy in there. I would think wide receiver would be an emphasis place I would look at to just bolster that for Stafford, because we know that he's still an adept thrower of the football. I would also look at depth of the offensive line, but I think that's something they can handle in day 2. I don't think any top-end blue-chip guys will be available at the end of the round. Those will all be swallowed up. So I think you can go second and third round and kind of patch up some of those other needs.
I like the way he thinks. I would see that's very McVay, a receiver in the first round.
Max, let me ask you this.
Surprised, yeah.
That, I'm kind of putting your draft hat on combined with the, you spent 9 of your 10 NFL seasons in Pittsburgh with the Steelers. Could the Steelers be the surprise team that moves to get up to take a quarterback, or do you think that they roll with Aaron Rodgers?
I think that the right quarterback, I think they've already identified that guy. Now, if Shedeur Sanders falls into your lap, I don't think you can pass on him. But as far as moving up to get that guy, I don't think they have the resources this year to make that happen. Just because once you traded that second-round pick for DK Metcalf, your mobility within the first round was generally stifled. I think that if anything, they could move back to try and get back into the second round. But I don't see them making a leap forward because, I mean, historically, looking at the couple of jumps that they have made in the past has been mixed reviews. The latest one, of course, being that Devin Bush jump up to go get him did not turn out as well. Now, you could argue Troy Polamalu was a home run, but that was also 2 decades ago. So I think with them, it would be anything to try and get them back into it and how far they want to fall back. if they are going to make a move. But I think, with them, I think they're content on staying because I think defensive line is going to be the emphasis for them because you paid a lot of attention to offense over the last couple of years in your drafting. So I think it's time to turn your attention towards the interior of your defense.
Wow. Sean Taylor was in that draft. I'm looking at this whole 2004 draft. Bob Sanders was the guy for a minute. Kellen Winslow Jr. was actually normal for a minute. Chris Cooley was actually there. Football, I have to know this. As an offensive tackle, who is the best defensive end you ever tried to block? Or one guy you just couldn't block?
Oh, couldn't block. I mean, here's the funny thing. When I kind of look at it, and it's not going to be the names that everybody thinks, right? I mean, yes, I went against Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney, Terrell Suggs, a lot of top end talent. But the guy that gave me probably some of the biggest headaches was like a Willie McGinnis.
Oh, long.
That's not a bad guy to have a problem with there, Max.
Dude.
Willie McGinnis was pretty good.
Yeah, Willie Mack gave me my welcome to the NFL moment, rookie, when we played the Patriots my rookie year. And I went in for Marvell Smith, and he showed me that there's strength and then there's grown man strength. He gave me a headache. Now, the Cleveland Browns edition of Willie McGinnis, not the same.
Yep.
Another guy that was tough, Trevor Price.
Oh, yeah. Underrated.
Man, Price, that first step was lethal, man. If you didn't have a good game plan pre-snap, he was going to give you a very bad game plan in return.
Love it.
Max Starks will be on the ESPN Radio draft coverage that is coming up on Thursday. Every pick, every round, live, presented by ZipRecruiter, GNC, and American Family Insurance.
Yes.
Max, thanks so much. That was great.
You knew the spin move was coming.
Guys. Y'all take care.
You knew the spin move was coming from Freeney, right?
Yeah, fourth step. It was coming every time.
You knew it was coming and still couldn't stop it. I love it.
That's great.
Still just looked at it and got a holding penalty.
My man.
Thank you, Max.
That's awesome.
You got it. I was waiting for a name. I'm like, I don't even know who that is. When he said Willie McGinnis, I'm like, well, yeah, sure.
Dude,
it's Willie McGinnis. Yeah.
Long arms.
No question about. All right, we'll talk a little bit about the Rams draft strategy. And, he mentioned that this might be a time to address a wide receiver position. Maybe this may be an opportunity to go back to the offensive side of the ball. That's coming up in a little bit. And we're finished. You know what, DeMarco, we're doing it.
What are we doing?
Hearns' 40th
Let's
anniversary.
go.
I love the story you have. We're doing it. It's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Ireland, yesterday we were talking about how I'm a completely different person off the air.
Right.
Juan said, you're the same person. You're just as dumb. You're just stoned or drunk.
Yeah, you're not as outgoing. You're not as vibrant.
I'm a big dumb kid at home. I'm a big dumb kid at work. That's the way I view it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text Kettle to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text KETTLE to 321-321. That's Kettle to 321-321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house. I'm going to turn the tables on you, DeMarco. I'm going to ask you what you asked Max. You said, who's the guy that just gave you fits? And he said, Willie McGinnis.
Oh, yeah.
Who was it for you? Who
Oh,
was the
Big
guy
Willie.
that you saw that guy? You're like, oh, boy.
You know what's funny just about Willie? Maybe not a Hall of Fame career. Because he doesn't
Two-time Pro Bowl, three-time Super Bowl champ.
See, the resume is not strong enough.
Yeah.
But is he as good as anybody in the Hall? Absolutely. Does he have more weapons and more advantages than some of those guys that are already in the Hall? Absolutely. The dude was a monster.
6'5", 268.
And could reach you, like he could wipe your glasses from here. That's how long he is. And he's super smart, and he basically didn't have a position.
Yeah.
He could play backer. He could play defensive end. He could cover. He could run. I mean, if he were born in the 90s and playing today, he'd be a cajillionaire. He's a guy that could play absolutely anywhere.
Because of the athletic ability?
Athletic ability. I mean, any scheme, no matter what you bring in, Willie's going to be on your team. Some guys, if you switch from a 4-3 to a 3-4, certain guys are gone.
They got to go,
Can't use you. Yeah. Willie can play in anyone's scheme anywhere. Yeah, so that makes perfect sense. For me, Bruce Matthews.
Okay, Hall of Famer.
I still have nightmares about him.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I still have nightmares about him. Not in the physical sense of him beating me up.
Yeah.
It's a quick dream of there's a doorway, and I want to get through it, and he's standing in the middle of it.
Not getting through
and
it.
everything I do, he's just mirroring me. Yeah. And there's nothing. He's giving me nothing, like a vampire.
Yeah.
There's no reaction, no emotion. He just won't let me by. Yeah, that stuff. Randall McDaniel was another dude I told you about.
Yeah.
Another Hall of Famer. His grip strength, Travis, was incredible. So we're getting ready to play him in the playoffs, the Minnesota Vikings. I'm nervous to begin with because it's the playoffs.
Sure.
There he is warming up, doing reverse pull-ups on the goalpost. Right. On the goalpost.
I would have gotten the stomach flu or something at that point. Like,
with
you know
his
what?
feet curled.
Not today.
With his feet curled behind him, like you see at Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Right there. That nervous. So those dudes.
That's wild.
And then I told you about the Jim Pine guy.
Oh, yeah, that's
Joe
right.
Bag of Donuts.
Yeah.
Everybody in the league
Those
beats
are my
him.
favorite because there's just some guy that bats 8th in the lineup that's hitting 205 that's hitting doubles off
Warren
you.
Sapp had 3 sacks on him. Bryant Young embarrassed him. He gets to me, all of a sudden that guy. Oh, okay. The heck with you. Yeah.
40th anniversary today of what is widely considered the greatest 3 rounds in boxing history. Not the greatest fight in history. There are some other ones, but just 3 of the most action-packed rounds in history. 1985. What's today? Today's April 17th, 1985 in Las Vegas. It's Tommy the Hitman Hearns against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And they had a 3-round war where both guys landed not 1 or 2 or even 10 or 20, but just dozens of knockout shots. Only neither guy went down for the first 3 rounds.
Life-altering shots.
Yes.
Yeah, outdoors, Caesar's Palace.
Yep.
Big deal. So that thing we were watching, right, we were showing Graham. Very interesting. You're watching 2 guys go at it, Hagler Hearns, and they're both famous. They're both Hall of Famers, and they're doing battle. Did you hear who was on commentary outside of Barry Tompkins?
I didn't recognize the voice.
It was Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
So Sugar Ray Leonard was the Oscar, the Canelo. Yeah. He was the guy. He was the money fight.
Yeah.
So you have Marvin Hagler, who was in that shadow. Now, he had been champion, and if you go back and watch his career, he had been champion since 1981, but nobody cared.
Right.
He had every one of his title defenses were knockouts, but no one cared because of Sugar Ray. So he gets to Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray's biggest nemesis. So he's got that. I want to fight Sugar, but to get through Sugar, I got to annihilate this man. Tommy Hearns is the other way. He is the Motor City Cobra. I'm not taking a backward step for anybody. This right hand,
tough as you know what,
knocks anybody out.
Yep.
Kronk Gym. Have you heard of the Kronk Gym?
I have. Manuel Stewart.
120 degrees inside that gym.
Yeah.
All they do is train fighters at the Kronk. So this is the Kronk's golden boy. He don't know how to back up with Emmanuel Stewart. Plus, you've got Marvelous Marvin Hagler fighting for respect and Tommy Hearns. That was going to be an explosion, and that's exactly what they gave you from the word go.
There's so many things about this fight. Not only was it 3 rounds of just warfare, just brutal boxing, and like I said to you a second ago, it's like something out of a movie. You know, like you see, you watch Rocky, and it's like, yeah, it's a good movie, but boxing is never like this, where they just stand in the middle of the ring and knock each other's heads off.
That's a throwback. Yeah.
That's what this was. They were just standing there knocking each other's heads off. It was crazy. It wasn't the first pay-per-view fight, but it was the first one that kind of sort of caught on. That Hagler was connected to HBO, which was a fledgling thing at the time. It was not HBO like you think right now. They had not really kind of stuck their foot into boxing the way that they ultimately did, and it blew up for them. So Hagler had an HBO thing. Hearns was not an HBO guy. They wanted to do closed-circuit TV, so they couldn't quite figure out how to put the whole thing together. They ended up kind of doing a compromise to where you could get it on HBO, you could get it closed circuit, but if you didn't circuit, I should say, if you didn't have HBO, and again, keep in mind, very few people did. Cable TV was still relatively new.
Brand new.
And so to have HBO, to have cable TV, and a lot of people didn't even have access to it, they put together a pay-per-view where you could pay to have it broadcast on your TV. You know what that pay-per-view was? Keep in mind, this is 1995. Jorge, you in the boxing universe.
You won't believe this.
What do you think that first pay-per-view was? 1985.
Like cost?
Yeah, the price.
$10.
You're not far off.
Close.
You're not far off. It was 15.
Isn't that wild?
$15.
We're paying hundreds now.
Yeah.
We're paying
$15. And by the way, all of a sudden people bought it and they realized, oh, we got a business.
Yeah.
We got a thing that people will pay for.
$15 for that war.
Yeah.
You put Benavidez in with Canelo, I give you $200. I give you $250 to watch that fight.
And you're not the only one.
Right.
And neither were a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know this about that fight, that Marvin Hagler legally changed his name to Marvelous Marvin Hagler because the TV networks refused to call him that.
Isn't that crazy? I know.
And so he's like, well, if you won't do it by choice, I'm going to make you. That's my name. And they have to call him by his name.
And they did it for Sugar Ray.
Right.
He's like, you do it for him, why not me? I mean, it was...
He didn't want to fight in Vegas because he thought the fix was in.
And it was.
That all of these things. That's why when he eventually tapped the mat on boxing and said, I'm done here, he went to Italy and never came back.
This is funny. So he fights Tommy Hearns, what we're talking about, in 1985. Do you know he only had 2 fights after that? And he was done.
I did know that because it was so like, oh, he'll come back. He was one of those guys that said, I'm out, and actually was.
Well, he fought John the Beast Mugabe, another war, another one, and then he fought Sugar Ray, got shafted, left, and I'm never coming back. Yeah, in Vegas.
And if you haven't seen it, and I know that DeMarco and I sound a little bit like old guys that were in the moment, If you like boxing, you've seen it, so I don't need to tell you that. If you like sports, if you like excitement, if you like, I don't know how
if
this
you like
is going to...
drama.
Go to YouTube and watch this fight. It is bananas.
Yeah, and just know both guys came out of the fight okay. They did. They both came out of the fight okay.
Out of that fight.
I mean, it's not like one guy was
alive.
put in a coma or something. No tragic outcome.
Not that night, no.
Not that night,
Yes,
no. But
yes.
like that's what I'm saying. It's
Yes.
a great fight. It only lasts 3 rounds. The first round will hook you. It's great.
It is as good as it gets. A little breaking news here. Aaron Rodgers says on, where else? Pat McAfee show, that money was never an issue when it came to talking teams during his free agency. He said he would play for $10 million. A multi-year deal was never a necessity. That retirement could still be a possibility for Rodgers, but right now the focus is on his non-football life.
You know, I could see him doing that.
I could too.
And I'm done with this.
I could too.
You know, when you think about it, right, for who he is or what we think he is, what do you think Aaron Rodgers is? Free spirit? Kind of a hippie?
No, I wouldn't use those words. I think he's an iconoclast. I think he's a bit of an egomaniac.
Or just the beat of his own drum.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last thing you need is something like the NFL.
So it's interesting.
That's all built on rules.
I think he thinks that. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think what is that the center of his universe,
or
is being the center of attention.
That's what I'm saying. Or it's all smoke.
And I think the way that he becomes the center of attention is 2 ways for him: is being great at football, which he was for a very long time,
or making you want him bad,
or making just doing weird stuff that people go, huh?
Yeah, but in that environment, that structured environment,
he is
I know what you mean.
The fly in the glass of milk.
He's
like, what is that? And if he's just a guy that likes to go to Egypt and he's just a guy on the street, okay, go.
No one cares.
We don't care.
But here you stand out. Yes, that's what I mean. I think the Steelers are actually testing him.
I do too.
You're gonna have the football player side of you is gonna have to come out and be in the forefront and leave that other stuff behind.
Factor Caps coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's D-Far here. You can win and move in. Yes, that's a rhyme. I like that. You can win and move in to a brand new house, courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. Think about that in this day and age. You can get a brand new house going on now through May 30th. Pechanga Club members can earn entries into the Home Sweet Win promotion by playing their favorite slot machines or table games with a club card. You got a club card, you're in. Just do what you've been doing. Go play your favorite slots and you're entered. In addition to the home giveaway, Pechanga is giving away $50,000 to Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles, Habitat LA, to aid in the rebuilding efforts following January's devastating fires. Still going on. I have some friends, man, that have to show ID to the National Guard just to get back to their house. Now it's still going on, so it's not over for some people. Entries are now live and ending 9:30 p.m. on May 30. So remember, play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Visit the Home Sweet Win webpage at pechanga.com/home giveaway for more details.
It's the final day of the NHL regular season, and tonight the Kings are back at home where they lead the NHL in home ice wins and have set franchise record numbers.
It's impressive, there's no question. That one I think we share with everybody, with our fans, with the city. You know what I mean? That's what I think we're proud about. That's us. That's all of us. We go on the road, you see some Kings jerseys in the stands, they're cheering you on. It's great to have them, but here, this is us, you know, so I think we should all be pretty proud of that, not just the players, but the fans as well.
It's Game 82 as the Kings conclude the season at Crypto.com Arena against the Calgary Flames. Tune in tonight for all the action at 6:30 on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now. Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Hi. Howdy.
I'm excited to be out in the golf course tomorrow. It'll be fun. We'll be at the JM Eagle Classic, the LPGA event.
Yes.
Tomorrow. We're full in golf fever off of the Masters this past weekend.
Believe it or not, you guys may really kind of have to stretch your imaginations here. You don't have to ask me twice to go to a golf course. I'm in.
And also, the RBC is in Hilton Head this weekend. Okay. So when I fired it up, just because I love Hilton Head and I'd like to see Hilton Head.
That's kind of like your family vacation spot.
I've gone there every year. Yeah. Basically since I've been alive, and even before I was alive, when I was just a thought in my parents' eye or whatever. But I like saying that.
I like the lighthouse they got there.
Yeah, it's and my cousin got engaged in that at the top of the lighthouse. Okay, I have been watching the Pat McAfee show without actually hearing what they're saying because it's on our studio. And I just had a thought. He was interviewing Adam Silver earlier, and he had his legs crossed, Pat McAfee. And I believe that there should be an age limit on jeans with holes in them.
Oh.
I think that you got to be in high school or younger to wear jeans with holes in them. So, Travis, there's an age limit to when you can wear holes in your jeans. Factor Cap.
Cap. And here's why. I don't disagree with the general.
All I saw was his little kneecap.
I hear you, and I understand the question, and I understand why you're asking it. Because I do think that your idea of there being age-appropriate clothing, DeMarco, is a thing, right? Like a 8-year-old wears this, a 15-year-old wears that, a 25. We kind of know. But and this is particularly true of men, I think, a middle-aged man looking in the mirror who tries to dress like a much younger man is letting me know that you're not my guy. I like to have the whole jeans or whatever it is because I know what I'm dealing with. It's a nice little signpost that you're letting me know what you're about. So it's Cap for me.
DeMarco, there should be age limits on holes in your jeans.
I gotta go. I gotta go fact on that. But there should be allowances for people in entertainment because it's different. It's the look at me stuff, and sometimes fashion has holes in it. right? And I just saw it was a shot of out of nowhere. Post Malone walking out with his girlfriend, and he had the rodeo gear on, the cowboy stuff. He looks like he was headed straight to the rodeo.
To the ranch.
Straight to the ranch, but he's just rock starring it. That's just how they go. So, fact on age limit, but
it would look better without the holes.
Special dispensation for entertainers.
I love that.
Yeah.
So let's say I showed up, maybe not in the Post Malone cowboy outfit, but if I showed up in something that it was particularly trendy and of the moment, right?
Like barrel jeans. If you were wearing barrel jeans.
I don't even know what that is, but let's assume that
bell bottoms that go all the way up.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yes.
Okay.
They actually are more like they go wide and then they come back to being small.
I show up to work tomorrow in those. What do you say to me?
What's up?
Or like,
I'm gonna drug test you first.
Yeah. So
what is happening with you?
That's good. I'm glad this is all of your response because what I wanted and you all gave it to me was some version of Trav. You okay?
Yeah.
Like you good?
You come in tomorrow with like Balenciaga.
That's what I'm saying. Like you'd be like, Trev, you all right?
You're
going
good
through?
over there,
Yeah.
bro?
Like
you know?
Susan still with me? Like everything's good. Like I that's why I need to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to ban it.
I would think midlife.
Right.
There.
It's like Trav. Hey, you want to go grab a beer?
Did you
after
drive
work
a
today?
Porsche here today?
All right, Jorge, there should be an age limit on holes and jeans.
Hell no. Graham, you ready? Check me out, homie. Look.
Oh, you got
holes.
Let me see. Oh, see, there you go.
Okay, let me see, Jorge. Can I see your skin, though?
no,
See,
you
that's
can't see my
different.
skin.
That's different.
Yeah.
If I can see your skin, I don't like it. But also, Jorge, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm being honest here. I don't think that's incredibly appropriate for your age.
No.
Listen. These were my riding pants.
Motorcycle?
When I used to ride my motorcycle, like I wanted to be fresh. I wanted to feel the breeze. If you know what I mean. So
when were you riding your motorcycle?
This was I haven't had it for 4 years. I haven't rode it for 4 years.
Okay, so you're 4 years older.
Yeah.
But you never throw away a pair of good pants.
Yeah,
And
no, you don't.
then when we
Comfortable
find
pants.
something that works,
Comfortable.
that's it, baby.
I do see some Huggy Bear. Remember Starsky and Hutch Huggy Bear?
Of course.
Dude's wearing like 25-year-old clothing, and you're like, you must be in your 70s.
Yeah.
It's still getting down. I got you, Cat Daddy, but you know.
Jerry Seinfeld has a whole bit about where when men find a thing that works for them, that's it.
That's it.
Like we just stop time, and for the rest of our lives, that's how
Did you say
we
honey
roll.
bear?
Huggy.
Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear.
How about a Bonnie Bear?
Bonnie Bear? Bon Iver.
Oh, right. So I was listening to a podcast this morning with Chapel Roan. She's the one who sings that Saskatchewan song. And she talked about how she used to be a guinea pig person. She used to always have a guinea pig as her pet.
Oh.
She worked at guinea pig. Okay, I'm talking about the pet, the
I
animal.
got you. I thought you meant she
I was
tried
on the same
stuff.
track.
She works at a guinea pig shelter for to help house guinea pigs that people didn't want to care for anymore.
Oh.
But she said also you can tell a lot about a person by their pet choices. And I'm asking you that same question. You can tell a lot about someone by their choice in a pet. DeMarco, fact or cap?
I think that's sort of fact. Big dude, small dog. Right, exactly, right?
Go on.
I'm just saying.
Small woman, big dog.
Same.
Big man, small dog is a what's
happening there? You know, right?
Yes.
So
A woman
I'll
in
go
her
fact.
late 50s with a white crusty dog.
A what
A
dog?
white crusty dog. You know what I'm talking about? Like those.
Like a pocket dog?
No, it's one of those dogs, the white dogs with the fur that gets crusty because it's around their mouth and it's like turns pink and brown.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
okay.
but like you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Your husband ain't dead. He's hiding. Yeah. Sorry.
Travis.
Yeah. The small dog, big guy is one of those things. But like, going in a slightly different direction. If you've got a bird, I know a little bit about you.
Okay.
If you've got a snake, I know a little bit
about you. Yes.
If you have a fish tank, I know a little bit about you.
Who has a fish tank these days?
I wish I did.
Does-
love a fish tank.
There was a fish tank
you
at
have one?
CHLA that was
Yeah.
really
Is it?
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love looking at them, but you got to clean them. They're work.
The 90s?
I had-
Everyone had one.
I had one.
Built into your house. You had to have an aquarium.
I didn't have one as an adult. I had one as a kid, like in early high school, like 9th, 10th grade, something like that. I absolutely loved it, and it makes a nice little bubbling sound in your room. It's terrific.
Very relaxing. It should be studied. Flat screen TVs and aquariums. See?
I did go buy a flat screen.
There you go. And the aquarium goes out the window.
It's the most expensive thing I ever bought that wasn't a house or a car.
That's right.
And Chappell also talked about how a guinea pig should not be what you give your 9-year-old. They are very difficult to take care of. They are not a starter pet. They're very, very hard to take care of. Jorge, you can tell a lot about someone by their choice in pet.
I think having a cat or a dog is normal. When you start having a hamster or a lizard, bro,
lizard's a good one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's into you? You got a lizard?
What about the people that just talk about every time you ask them about how they adopted he was adopted. Adopt, don't shop. Rescue. Yeah, and that kind of people that want you to know that they're good people.
But I understand that, but those dog farms can be pretty brutal.
Oh yeah,
and that you don't want to be associated with that. I understand why.
I'm not saying the adopt, don't shop. I would prefer that people do that. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But when it's that person who tells you every single time you see their dog that they got their dog from an adoption shelter. And the dog almost died.
We rescued him.
It's more the person than the dog.
I agree with
Our last dog we rescued.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's like
lovely.
dogs and cats usually want to be in your house. Lizards and snakes, you're keeping them there.
What do you want to do with an iguana? Come on,
that thing
man.
doesn't want to be in your house. It wants to leave.
I'm going to answer your question since you asked it. Okay,
Right.
And in particular, the person that goes to Starbucks with said iguana on their shoulder.
Correct.
Or goes to the
Aaron
grocery
Rodgers.
store with the cockatiel on their shoulder.
Aaron
or
Rodgers.
has a snake around their neck in the park.
Definitely.
Because they want the question, why do you have a snake around your neck, dude? And then they go like this, why does everybody ask me about my snake? Because you have a snake on your neck.
There's
That's
a
why.
bright yellow snake wrapped around your neck.
You clearly decided that you need the attention of having a snake around your neck. Don't get frustrated when I ask you about having the snake around.
By the way,
maybe you didn't know it was there.
Our teammate Stephanie, she has a rabbit.
Yeah, rabbit.
That's also a choice.
Again, a rabbit doesn't want to be in your house. It wants to leave.
Rabbit's choice.
Yeah. Rabbits are fast.
You're keeping it in the cage.
A little smelly. But anyway, that's Factor Cap.
Yeah.
When you open the front door, your pet shouldn't want to run out.
A lot of dogs want to run out, though.
I mean, into your yard and then come back. But
where are we on terrariums for turtles?
Oh, see? Another thing. You're keeping it captive. That thing doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. But does the fish want? A fish's brain does a fish even know it's in a tank?
It's okay to eat fish. They don't have any feelings. I'm just kidding.
that little glowy little silver fish that I have. I don't think that thing knows the difference between being in my bedroom or being in the river, the ocean, wherever they pulled it out of. Does it know the difference?
My brother had a
have
hamster.
you seen Finding Nemo? They know.
Yeah.
Bro,
hamster may want to stay. If it goes outside, it's food.
Yeah.
My Daegu always wanted to leave.
I got a question about guinea pigs that I'll ask off the air.
Boy.
Factor Cap is brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. That's a call I've made several times myself. 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com. Term grades are in. The semester is over, DeMarco. What did the Lakers get? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The black and gold are fresh off a win at BMO Stadium, thanks to this rocket from Sergi Palencia.
Shot it in! It's Sergi Palencia, the rebound!
LAFC gear up for another Western Conference road battle Saturday night.
Palencia with a blistering one-time shot!
Los Angeles Football Club visit the Portland Timbers.
Sergi, I didn't know you had that rocket in your right foot. I didn't know either.
Coverage starts Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on the ESPN LA app. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Did you have to buy me more time, or did I make it?
Oh, you made it. You're good.
Nice.
Good.
Dude and Slow tells us that he only had a snake because his neighbor abandoned him.
Oh.
The snake, not abandoned Dude and Slow.
Yeah.
However, he was the best beach wingman ever.
It's just conversation
Do you want to say,
starter.
you want to see my snake? Oh, this one.
Not at the beach.
That's pretty good.
It's a conversation starter.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good line. I'm not
Can I
gonna
ask
lie.
you, what's the easiest pet to take care of? Like that you and I mean this
Dog.
like you don't have to do, but you got to feed a dog every day. You got to walk a dog every day.
Feed it, walk it, wash it, and that's about it.
But that's a daily thing.
Yeah.
And expensive, and you have to train it. You can't leave it alone for long periods of time.
A horse.
A horse. Yeah, well,
Okay, guys,
you got to feed it. You got to ride it. Yeah.
Horse is expensive.
You got to get a horse
Get a
has its
barn.
own place.
Yes.
Like you got to buy an apartment for a
Easiest
horse.
is a cat.
I meant horses, and that's hard.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
A cat. You could leave
Fish, right?
you could leave a cat alone for an
that.
entire weekend, and it would feed itself. Like cats
Yeah.
are probably the easiest one because they don't need a lot of love. They actually don't want to love you that much.
They may eat you.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way,
Yeah. What?
that dog that we all loved, like I had a dog as a kid. Murphy was our dog. We loved the dog. Wonderful dog. Everybody loves their dog. I get it. I get it. That dog's the sweetest dog, and it is. I agree with you. It is. If you died and the dog was trapped in the house with you, the dog's going to eat you.
It's going to eat you.
Yeah, that's just what the
And
demand.
vice versa.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Okay, we get snowed in.
Yeah.
And
Fish.
I should ask my mom, who is a veterinarian, who is retiring at the end of the month. Congratulations, Mom, 39 years. I should ask her what the easiest animal.
It's gotta be fish. All you gotta do is feed it.
Yeah, and I think you can
Clean
set
it
a
here and there.
timer to where it'll like drop more
That's
food
it.
in and after a
All you
couple
gotta
of
do is
days.
do it for
clean
a
the
cat,
tank.
too.
Yeah. Clean the tank once or twice a week. Or
I
once or twice a month.
It was like
Yeah.
every other week you had to empty
Yeah.
the rocks, wash them, and
If you let it go too long, it takes a little bit longer. But if
and
you
it gets all algae and
I
grody.
hate it. I hate it. I
that
hate
was
it. Yeah.
gross. That was gross. All right, the Lakers, according to an article on ESPN, got a B+ for their 2024-2025 season.
Third seed. Okay.
In large part because of their point differential being particularly small.
Okay.
But they won a lot of games, and they won more games than their point differential would indicate. That was one of the reasons that they did not get an A.
Right.
Does that mean anything to you?
It's interesting. I think it's a tough grade. I think it might be fair, but you're giving a B to the third seed in the NBA because of point differential.
B+.
B+. I mean,
Like an
that's
89.
That's 80. That's A- territory. It's not bad.
I think it's
Anything
I agree with you. It feels low to me for the simple reason of where did we start and where did we finish up? Right? This was not a team that was going to host a home playoff series. This was not a team that was going to be a legitimate threat to maybe go to the finals.
Not when the season started.
And I understand that Luka has a huge part of that, but it did happen.
Yeah.
And they are the 3rd seed, and they are going. Look, I don't care who they play. They are never going to be heavy underdogs. They'll be underdogs against OKC if they get that far, but not by a ton, I don't think.
Right.
I think that feels a little low just based on what they are. Now, the point differential thing, I think, is different. So their point differential is 1.2, which means they win on average by 1.25 points, right? So that's really low. And to be a 50-win team with that differential is very rare. That doesn't happen very often.
Right.
I think there's a silver lining to all of this. When you look at, I think Oklahoma City had a historically high point differential, which means Oklahoma City's kicking people's butts.
Mm-hmm.
They're winning in blowouts. They're not playing a ton of close games.
Yep.
The Lakers play kind of nothing but close games, right?
Well, sort of. I'm looking at the last month.
Well, this is cumulative over the course of the season.
But sort of. I mean, so you lose to Golden State by more than 10. Then you beat, is it the Pelicans? 24-108. So that's a big win. Then you beat OKC 126-99. Then you lose again 120-136. So
that one's a bit of a misleading one because it was very close until Luka got tossed.
Right. So it seems like maybe it's either you win big or you lose big.
That could be that. The math checks out on that too.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that the Lakers are playing close games more often than the Thunder are.
Yeah. Thunder are just running people over.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What other than the Thunder being really good, what's kind of their defining characteristic? They're very young.
Very young, very fast, yes.
Other than the Lakers are pretty good, what is their defining characteristic?
They're old and slow.
They're a little slower, and LeBron is in his 22nd season, and they need some rest, and their 2 best players are Luka and LeBron. Well, what are Luka and LeBron known for? Being really smart, being really tough, being really clutch. Close game, older, more experienced players who have been through this 1,000 times and are not afraid of a one-possession game with 45 seconds to go. I like that.
See, me too.
I like that.
That goes back to, we were having this discussion a couple of weeks ago when they had the back-to-back versus OKC and you blew them out. And then I said, don't play anybody. I wouldn't even give them a chance to get their lick back. Because the one thing that they haven't really gone through was adversity. They've been blowing people out.
You know what they haven't had, DeMarco?
What?
Hagler Hearns.
That's what I'm saying.
Where you go, I go. You go, bang, bang. It's like, whoa, what is this?
I would have stood on that 26-point win and made them think about it the entire time. Have that in the back of your head. Every workout, every time you beat somebody else, think about that. Now it's kind of even. But the one thing the Lakers have that they don't have is they've been through a lot. They've been through a big trade. They've been through when things aren't going well, when you have to win tight, when you win big, when you've lost big. The Thunder have been blowing people out, and that's what they expect. So what happens when it all goes bad in the series? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
That's what I can't wait to see.
The Lakers' advantage over, I think, everybody that they're going to play, except the Warriors, is I've been through this more than you. I know what this is going to feel like. I know what the last 2 minutes of a tie game feel like in the playoffs, and I'm not going to pucker.
Or I'm not going to trip if I lose game one.
Or I'm not going to trip if I lose game one. I'm sure I've used this expression with you. They've heard me say it a million times. Pucker factor.
Yes.
Right? Like, pucker factor is real.
Yes.
And you can be really good, but the first time you get into a pucker situation,
you're producing diamonds.
You're going to pucker.
You are spitting out the heart of the ocean.
There you go.
Yes.
And LeBron is not. Luka is not. Gabe Vincent is not. Austin Reeves is not. They've been through it a lot.
I guess if you look at the Lakers, and we do it because we talk about them pretty much every single day since the season started. Even when they're not playing, we talk about the Lakers. But if you just look at the Lakers on paper, I could see how you would score to beat. Because you look at some of these like losing streaks. There's a few, and they're the 4 games in March. There's another one where March was just bad, period. And then you
they were bad in March.
Yeah, March was just horrible. That's when you were all beat up.
LeBron was hurt.
Yeah.
They came off that high where they were super hot for a while.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if you're hot and then you're not, I guess that would kind of aggregate out, to use that word again, to a B. If you're just looking from the outside in or just from the stat column, I would say that's B worthy. But for what this team has gone through and who they are and who they've become going into the postseason, nothing less than an A for me.
But they're graded on a curve as well. So
Yeah,
if it's
they
kind
are.
of like you have everything stacked in your favor. You have everything here, and you only got a 3 seed. You only got that's maybe where I can see the B+ coming in here.
You only got a 3 seed.
That would be if somebody gave me they should. How are they supposed to be better than where they didn't have Luka? If they had Luka the whole season, I think it would be a fair criticism.
Wow.
But I think they're about where your wildest dreams would have landed them.
Big time.
Right?
Yes.
Even when they got Luka and they momentarily kind of popped their head into the 2, but the West was all kind of bunched together. That they got to near the top of it, I think is an incredible accomplishment.
Wasn't it great to watch the playing games and not be involved?
Okay,
Thank you.
Two things. I love that you
Right,
said that.
right.
Two things. In fact, we'll talk about it on the other
Okay.
side because you hit on something that I think is incredibly refreshing.
Popcorn was tasty watching that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you again about my friend Joseph S. Normand, the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. And what Joe does is give you peace of mind. What Joe does is give you expertise. What Joe does is get you the settlement that you deserve and not the one that the insurance company is serving up for you because it's in the best interest of the insurance company. And it's kind of weird because you write that check to the insurance company, every week or month or however often you do it, and you're thinking, okay, they're going to take care of me when the time comes. No, they're not. No, they're not. And that's why you need somebody like Joe on your side to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do. So if you're hurt in an accident, whether it's a car accident or really any kind of accident, give Joe a call. 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. You can go online at normandlegal.com and let him give you his expertise, his peace of mind, and the settlement that you deserve. Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000, and make sure he knows that Trav sent you in.
It's the final day of the NHL regular season, and tonight the Kings are back at home where they lead the NHL in home ice wins and have set franchise record numbers.
It's impressive, there's no question. That one I think we share with everybody, with our fans, with the city. You know what I mean? That's what I think we're proud about. That's us. That's all of us. We go on the road, you see some Kings jerseys in the stands, they're cheering you on. It's great to have them, but here, this is us, so I think we should all be pretty proud of that, not just the players, but the fans as well.
It's Game 82 as the Kings conclude the season at Crypto.com Arena against the Calgary Flames. Tune in tonight for all the action at 6:30 on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station. And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Reggae music.
The Travis and DeMarco Show is the food show amongst the ESPN 710 lineup that we probably spend a little more time talking about it than the rest.
Do we really?
I think so.
I thought everyone talked about food.
I
Okay.
think they do, but I think that we kind of lean into it
I
a
don't
little
mind
bit
leading
more.
the league in food talk. Yeah, there you go.
I am the Otani of food talk.
There we go. Let's go.
As
Yes,
much as
sir.
we want. Somebody just, my pal Brian Breckner just sent this to me. BallerLifestyle.com. Great podcast. Apparently, at Disneyland, I think this looks like it might be a Disneyland California Adventure, but on the Disney Resort property, is a corn dog, only it's not a dog. It is a meatball sub inside of a corn dog wrapper. So they take meatballs and chunks of mozzarella cheese, cover it in the cornmeal batter.
The batter, yeah.
Fry it, and you give it a marinara side dipping sauce, and you have a meatball sandwich in corn dog form. Are we going after work today? Like, we're getting this,
Let's
right?
roll. I'm down.
DeMarco, are you breathing over there?
I am breathing. I don't want to say what I want to say, but yes, no bread. It's just the meatball and the cheese
it's that.
with the corn dog coating around. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant they actually put corn dog coating around a sandwich with
not
bread.
right.
Okay,
There's no
Meatballs.
roll.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Look at this thing. And you pour the marinara sauce, and you shake a
Little cheese
parm
on there? Oh, come
and then
on.
Look at that cheese pull, the mozzarella.
Where is this?
Disneyland.
This is at Disneyland.
Emily,
okay.
were you aware of this?
Oh,
I feel like you let me down.
It's not something I would get. I don't like any of that,
Don't
actually.
you dare throw cold water on this.
It's not for me. I don't like those things that you,
Travis.
basically everything you said, I don't like to eat that.
I will walk 9 miles for that.
We're going.
Yes.
I've never been more disappointed in you, I have to say.
It's a heart attack. And
Yeah,
We're walking.
look,
We're gonna
but
walk.
You,
We're
you,
walking.
It's not like you're eating a bean sprout sandwich every day.
But I don't like meatballs. I don't like marinara sauce. I don't like anything you've listed.
So right now you said it's a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
At Denny's, we used to have this thing called the fried cheese melt. So it's sourdough bread. It's sourdough toast, basically. You put Swiss cheese and then cheddar cheese on the other side.
Okay.
You put 4
mozzarella
cheese
sticks.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and then
you
they
like
cook
those.
it, bro. It's
Yes.
So it's a
something.
mozzarella sandwich?
It's a grilled cheese
Mozzarella
sandwich
sticks.
with
But I would
mozzarella
never
sticks in
eat
it.
that because that's way too much. That's way too much.
Absolutely.
That is
Yes.
bomb.
Oh my
We're going.
God.
We're going. We're going.
Especially after. Never mind.
Yeah.
Stop.
So tell me again what's
There's
inside of
kids
it. So
listening.
it's a fried meatball.
Think there's no. Well, yes. There's meatballs on the skewer, and there's so it's meatball, mozzarella cheese, meatball, mozzarella cheese, meatball, covered in the corn dog batter, dipped, fried, and then you pour marinara sauce
The
on
power of
Yeah,
fat
I can't do
compels
that.
you.
Yes.
The power
Yes.
of fat compels you.
it. Yes.
I'd be Fred Flintstone.
What is that? Like $10? $10?
Yeah.
$12? What would you pay with it? $10. It's got to be like $12 at least.
It does not say.
That's
in
that's
what I'm
that's
looking
that's a
at
good.
here.
15.
My guess is it's double digits.
That's
for
a good.
sure.
That's
sure.
good 15.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good sandwich.
Do you get the chips and the soda? Oof,
I'm
that'd be
opening
you.
my wallet. Say take whatever you want.
You would actually have chips with that?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
No,
I
they
just-
probably give you the combo. Like
They
that's what I'm
usually
saying.
throw
Yeah.
a
They
thing
usually
in
do
there,
chips
yeah.
and
I don't
soda.
need the chips.
I-
You can get a mandarin orange instead.
Chips I'll eat on the way home. I'll
want
save those.
I want a Coke with that though.
Absolute. A nice,
Yeah.
sharp, cold
Yeah.
Coke.
Okay,
Yes.
we're talking about Coca-Cola right now.
Yes.
And I've been on this swing. And so, again, okay, you guys might think this is insane and it doesn't taste very good, but it's actually, I've been obsessed with it. And I saw on TikTok, it is pour a full Coke, like Mexican Coke, into a glass with ice. You do a shot of espresso over top of it.
Ooh.
And then you put a little cream in it. I'm obsessed.
sounds
I
good.
can't stop drinking
sounds
it.
good.
So they have a coffee flavored Coca-Cola.
They do.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't like that necessarily,
I've never
and I
even
usually
tried
don't
it.
like coffee flavored
That
things.
sounds good.
But
It does.
I need a real pull of espresso.
You need a
with it.
real Coke, a real espresso with real cream. Is what you're
Yes,
saying.
exactly.
Yeah.
That sounds really,
It's
really
amazing.
good.
Don't put the digits on the outside. I don't want to know. I want this.
Yeah.
I'm ordering this because I want it.
Sounds
Thank you very.
amazing.
Don't tell me how bad it is.
So did you watch the 9-10 games last night? The
Yeah,
play-ins? You
I,
did?
I am enjoying.
Yeah.
I'm the emperor of Rome. I get to watch, entertain me.
Okay.
Because my team isn't in it.
Were you entertained by either of those two games last night? They were both kind of blowouts.
I do. I like watching basketball. I like
Okay.
watching things end, and
Yeah.
you reach a point to where you can go no farther. So
Yeah.
I do love it. Yes.
Okay, so I did not watch much. I flipped them on and looked, and they were both lopsided. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, but watching the Warriors and Memphis the other night, and was so much fun. And what you said a second ago, like, really resonated. It was the first time in a long time the Lakers didn't have to play in one of those, and it was so much more fun to watch it because there are stakes, like you're mentioning, but not having that. If they lose, they could be out the very next game. Like the 7-8 is weird because you're not out, but you're in trouble of being out. You've put yourself on the 1 yard line of being out. And it was just nice knowing that the Lakers are not going to have that, hey, it could end tonight until they get into an elimination situation.
I think any fan base, you should be happy to make the play-in in certain respects. If that was your only way into the dance to keep playing, then you should be happy. If you're a team that fell into the play-in, like the Lakers were before they made the trade, you're trying to avoid the play-in. Right. If you got into it, you were disappointed, but you're still in the dance. But there's no way I think anyone coming out of that play-in is going to win a championship. It's going to be physically impossible to win from there.
So I want to say, and Em, you could double check. I think Miami got to the finals out of the play-in
and did pretty good with it.
Yeah,
once in a blue, sure, but no way. It's not going to happen.
It's just
it's a lot of basketball after a lot of basketball.
Yeah,
and then to start another.
I
basketball.
think if you win the first one, you can kind of because it's just one more game, right?
Yep.
If you win then decide okay.
But no rest, and they're resting.
Yeah, you're right. That's a big deal.
Yeah, 2023 Miami Heat went to the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's very hard, and I mean,
and the Lakers went to the Western Conference Finals from the play-in the year that they played the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals.
But they got
2 years ago.
Their head
they got swept, right? So yeah,
that's what I mean. It's very, very, very hard, and you have to be a very special club. Maybe somebody will do it once in a blue moon, but it won't be consistent.
I want to give the NBA credit. I want to give Major League Baseball some credit, and football does this too. And I don't know why more leagues don't do this more often. Tinker with the format a little bit because sometimes you stumble into something that's awesome. The play-in is awesome.
I love it.
But it also,
as long as I'm not involved, I love it.
But okay, I hear what you're saying, like from a fan. But even as a fan, if I'm 7, 8 through 10, like usually you're just going to be cannon fodder for the 1 and the 2 if you're 7 and 8, right? This creates a whole new level of drama. Those 7, 8 games, highly competitive for the reasons you said. I'm in, or if I'm out, okay, I still got a chance, but now I'm in trouble. That 9, 10 from the jump is do or die.
True.
And it's just a really exciting way to take drama to the back half of your playoff field.
Right.
That the baseball, putting that best of 3 all in the higher seeds ballpark, it's like, it's just tinker with stuff because sometimes you're going to get really, really good results, and this has been great results.
It also sometimes gives excuses for poorer run franchises that they don't need to make any changes. So teams like the Hawks and the Bulls that have been in the play-in almost every time. I know so many angry Bulls fans are like, this isn't the playoffs. We aren't making the playoffs every year, but we're in the play-in tournament every year.
Do you think that's the result of the play-in or because the Bulls are poorly run?
I think it's because the Bulls are poorly run, but the GM and the front office have excuses that we are in the postseason.
I hear you, but that's just to you whether you want to believe a guy that's lying to your face or not.
Right.
Like they're in it, and if they want to tell themselves their lives, well, we're in it. No, you're not. I know you're not. But those games, the formatics of that are really exciting.
It is. It's like I said, it depends on what type of team you have, what type of franchise you are. If you get in, it could be the best thing in the world. You're still alive for a championship, even if it is fool's gold. Some teams fall into the play-in and never make it out, like Golden State.
Yeah.
They finally
won one.
Right, they finally won one. There it is. And just like we're talking a lot about boxing because of Hagler and Hearns, the title fights are always, well, they're not always, but most of the time they're going to be good, guaranteed to be good. Belt holder, or belt holder, number 1 ranked guy meet. Gonna be good fight.
Yep.
The best fights are at the back of the card, and they're called eliminators. So you have the 7 and the 8th guy battling to stay in the top 10. Yeah. Loser is out.
Yeah.
Those are great fights.
Yeah, they are.
That's what the play-in is.
Those quite frankly, can be better fights than the main event.
They always are because there's a lot at stake.
They're fighting literally and metaphorically. They're fighting for their lives. I remember when I first started covering boxing and going to fights and being in there. And, the main event, most fights that I went to were in Vegas, so it's West Coast time. The main event starts somewhere between 8:30 and 9.
Yeah,
right. It's kind of somewhere in there. And the fights start
the prelim
like
fights
5.
Yeah.
So there are a bunch of fights. Those guys are just getting started or on their way out.
They have no fan base.
And there's nobody in there, and they are fighting like crazy.
To stay there,
And I remember the first couple of times, like I didn't understand. Like I didn't want to miss anything, so I didn't want to miss the main event and all this. So I got there. I'm like, "Oh my god!" I didn't realize the fight's not starting for 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever it is.
Right.
So you end up watching
great fights. Yeah,
mesmerizing.
So your reward for going out there. Say me and Jorge are fighting, and we put on a great fight, and I win or he wins. Your reward for that tough fight is another tough fight. Another one, right?
Yes.
And you may have 2 more before you get to the top.
And you don't go from that first fight to the main event.
No,
you go from the first fight to the second fight.
You may get the loser of the title fight,
and the one right before the main event is usually pretty good too.
Always good. Yeah, the undercard fight.
And back to play-in, I know this is all about a play-in as well, but what if a team like the Dallas Mavericks makes it into the quote-unquote real playoffs, like into they win their next play-in game, and they go take it 6 games with their opponent? Would the Dallas Mavericks have fool's gold this year? Wasn't as bad as we thought it was if they get to that.
No, because I really, if your executive is driven exclusively by the result and not trusting the process that they're doing, then they're an idiot. If it's just,
say that again.
For instance, if I make a bunch of terrible decisions that just I'm running red lights, I'm blowing through stop signs, but I never get in an accident. I say, well, I didn't get in an accident. No, you didn't get in an accident today, but you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're still an idiot.
You may have gotten to where you're trying to go.
Yeah,
you had good luck.
Right.
This is a bad plan. Whereas if I drive the speed limit, stop at red lights, wear my seatbelt, and I still get in an accident, it doesn't mean I'm a terrible driver. It means something bad. The process has to matter, not just the destination.
I was thinking about Nico Harrison for a minute, and we were looking at it from the Luka perspective.
Yeah.
What Luka has to do, either win or bust out, to make Nico look good or bad or whatever.
Yeah.
It may not even be that. If the Mavericks make a run, regardless of what the Lakers do, he could come out of this smelling like a rose. If his vision actually starts to come true and look like something in the playoffs, and they make a magical run, he'll start to look better.
Anthony Davis takes his game to a new level. Kyrie Irving plays another 5 years at super high level. They have a good draft. They make some smart, trades or free agency acquisitions or whatever, and they go win a title, and he can go like, how do you like me now? Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Or you actually get the dream matchup for us. You match up with the Lakers and beat them.
I know, exactly.
And AD blocks Luka to win the game.
There you go.
Right.
And that is the ultimate, how do you like me now? But if I were a Mavericks fan that was a Luka fan and had my guts ripped out, because I would have said, yeah, this is fine. This is great. I'm glad we won a title. We could have done this with Luka.
We could. Right.
That would be the flip of that. Like, you traded away my favorite player for reasons. Yeah, yes, you won a title, and yes, I care about that, but
this is my favorite guy.
We could have done this with our favorite guy.
Right. We didn't have to do this to do this. Yes.
A bunch of college football news, including you, DeMarco. I ran something by you this morning that you think may actually kind of at least slow down some of this crazy player
movement. We'll see. Yes.
We'll do it next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. Spring is here, and that means it's time for a fresh start. Did you know indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air? Dust, allergens, and pollutants build up in your ductwork and circulate through your home and can affect your family's health. NextGen is offering ESPN LA listeners a special spring cleaning deal to help you enjoy cleaner, safer air all season long. For a limited time, homeowners can redeem a whole home air purifier, a $1,250 value, free with any whole home duct system replacement. That's right. Remove dust, allergens, and pollutants so you and your family can breathe cleaner, healthier air every day of the week. They're there for you 7 days a week with 5-star service because your family's safety and comfort are always a top priority. Don't wait. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN today to start breathing cleaner, safer air tomorrow.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
City traffic's moving way too slow.
So the corn dogs.
There you go.
So that's in downtown Disney.
Go.
And I also I saw another video. They have a cheese stick one. It's just a giant cheese stick. They dip it and then
I want the meatballs.
Oh, the meatballs was
Corn
protein.
dog, and
Yeah.
it's so damn good.
I could.
We're going riding on the meatball. Corn dog, and it's so damn good. Give me that sauce. Some cheese. Ah! Come on.
I'm going to let you finish.
Come on, I'm hungry.
I'm digging the song.
How do you not like that? That's a whole bunch of great taste on a stick.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
But I don't want to overstate this. I think I could eat 3 of those.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really do think I could eat 3 of those.
Yes. On the way out of the park,
I
though.
believe that's 9 meatballs.
Yeah.
And 9 hunks of cheese.
There you go.
And I think I could do it.
I believe you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Yes, and a Coca-Cola with it. Yes.
Yeah, like
come on.
if you gave me the Disneyland corn dog is good corn dog. They do a good job. One's fine.
Yeah.
One's fine. It's plenty of corn dog. I think I could do 3 of those.
Just do me a favor.
Things.
Go on Pirates before you eat it. It's a long ride, and we're kind of indoors. Just saying.
Wait.
No, I got it.
He doesn't want to be farting.
Don't follow up, Jorge.
Pass some gas and Pirates.
You got to be strategic, man. I mean, that is something you do after Pirates.
You could do it on the Big Thunder Mountain.
Right,
because
you're going fast. You're going fast
enough.
There you
in your
go.
Open
See,
air.
there you go.
And no one's listening to your farts. They're listening to the crackle of the.
Right, there you go. There
Yeah.
you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be going in the Haunted Mansion in that elevator after.
Okay, look, I like the Haunted Mansion a lot. It's one of my favorites. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's been there a really long time.
Yes.
It really does. They do the Nightmare Before Christmas thing around Halloween, but it's just a classic. And I like everything about it except for when you get in that elevator to go down to the bottom. Because, look, it's usually warm.
Yes.
People are on their feet all day. They're walking around. Okay? Like, we're all...
Right.
There are people that maybe typically don't exercise a lot, have been. They've been on their feet. A lot of times they're wearing a sweatshirt.
There's some
in
breath.
August.
It could be funky.
There's a lot going on in that elevator.
Save
A
the
lot.
meatball corn dog for after.
Wait, you're talking about when we're in that hall and then the walls are
Things
getting
stretch.
stretched. Yeah.
Yes.
That also trips me out.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's an elevator,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But it is. It's a cool little visual trick, but It's so smelly in that room.
Okay, but it's magical, Travis.
The dancing.
It's by magic.
Is this room actually stretching?
Yeah, exactly.
The dancing ghosts around the table. That's
the grim grinning ghost.
That's the ones that. That's the.
Well, you guys know that you supposedly die in that ride, right?
Yeah, and
supposedly they push you away because at first you don't hear the ghost.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, but then once they push you off the ledge, you die, and that's when you hear them dancing and singing and all that stuff. And then you're in the graveyard, so that means you're dead.
Yep. And then
It's
you
the whole
come back
theme
when you
of the
come
ride.
around and they put the ghost in there
Yeah.
with you.
And then you go up the elevator.
I didn't know that.
The escalator.
I never put that together. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, 6 Cents Jorge. I see dead people. Thank you very much.
Speaking of that, dude.
Don't forget your death certificate.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Yes.
All right. The young man from Tennessee, former Tennessee quarterback. What's this? Is it
the name everyone's afraid to try to say?
I'm gonna leave.
I'm Aliva, Mr. Ialiva.
It's Amalia. It's I can't say
Amaliava.
Amaliava.
I
Thank you
believe
very
is what
much.
it is.
Amaliava. Yes.
He's local. He's from Long Beach.
Yes.
And there seems to be speculation that he's going to wind up at UCLA.
I thought it's a done deal.
Not a done deal, but it seems likely that that's where he.
That's
is
where the
headed.
wind is blowing. Okay.
Yes.
Is he going to make $4 million?
Doesn't look like it.
Is he going to make what he was making at Tennessee?
Doesn't look like it.
What are we doing? Wow.
That's the question.
Oh my God.
So he tried to do what. By the way, he won't be the first.
Yep.
Won't be the last.
He might be the last.
Well,
you might be the last
because somebody's going to have more leverage than this young man.
I would bring this kid up every time somebody asked me for more money if I was at school.
I would too.
Yeah.
But if Travis Hunter walks in and says, "Guys, I'd like a little more," I'm not saying hit the bricks, Travis Hunter.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm saying hold on.
If this is me and you running a football team and we're about to be stuck up by this kid, I don't know, man, because I would tell you, if we do this, we're opening Pandora's box. We're going to have everybody and Joe Bag of Donuts asking for more money.
Okay, fine.
I may hold the line here.
You're Travis Hunter. Ask me for more money.
Okay, you're paying me $4 million.
Okay.
I think I'm worth $6.
Okay. Let me see what I can do, Travis. Let me get back to you. I'm going to go to work on this for you.
Okay.
Let me look into this. Ask me Joe Bag of Donuts.
Joe Bag of Donuts. Coach, you're paying me $500,000. I think I want $1 million.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out. This is very good. This is what we have.
Yeah.
I can't. This is what I got for you. If
I'm not letting some kid hold me up.
And if you say, well, Travis Hunter guy said, you're not Travis Hunter. I'm sorry, but you're not.
You know what? And I can find. I was going to say I can find another Travis Hunter, but
no, you can't.
Your talent. That's almost like it doesn't matter what they do. That's almost like Nebraska back in the day, and I don't want to throw Nebraska under the bus, but it almost didn't matter what they did off the field as long as they were good. They could play. I don't think
you're throwing them under the bus. That's what it was going on.
I know some guys from there, but I mean, just as long as they could play, or as long as they were good, they were going to play there.
Yeah.
Well, that's not right. So you could walk out of a season and say, "I'm paying you $5 million, a lot of money. You want more, or you're leaving." I might say, "Well, kick rocks."
Okay, then you could say that. But eventually,
and I'll get another one.
Okay, good luck. Good luck finding another Travis Hunter. If that's how you want to run your program, you can do it. There are going to be guys that say, "Let me find the money for you." Yeah, we don't want
I'm
you to
paying
leave.
you $5 million.
I understand, but we're renegotiating. You can cut me and fire me and don't pay me a thing. So when I have high hand, if I want to swing the hammer, I'm going to try. I'm not saying everybody's going to get it, but not everybody's created the same.
And Travis Hunter was good, and Colorado was okay, but it does having guys like him do not guarantee national champions.
They're retiring his number. Like, they clearly were invested in this young man. I'm using him as the most recent example because he's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Maybe we shouldn't use him.
There are really good. Most people are probably no, but there's going to be enough yeses. Everybody thinks they're a little more valuable than they are. People are going to keep trying. This guy did not get what he wants, and he probably cost himself a little money. And I think it as opposed to being like super specific about this individual.
Okay.
The movement in college football is crazy. In college sports, it's not
insane.
just football. It's baseball. It's basketball. But football and
UCLA
basketball
lost their quarterback for $1 million to another school. It's crazy. That's why you have a spot open. Yeah.
Every year you've got to re-recruit your own players.
Nuts. Stupid.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's good for the kids.
Yeah.
At least economically, it's good for the kids. But it's bad for fans. It's bad for viewership.
Look at college basketball. Nobody cares.
It's a mess.
You're heading that way. Yeah.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
What if there were buyouts? I read something the other day that said that just like a coach's deal is structured, we're going to make this a contract that if you bring me in, we're going to agree to X amount of dollars. If I decide you're underperforming and I want to cut you and give your okay, you can cut me, you can send me home, whatever. But we've agreed to X amount of dollars.
I'm keeping the money. Yes,
I get to keep what we agreed to.
Right.
If I want to leave,
if I decide to leave you,
because I want to go across the street, I have to pay you X amount of money to leave, to get out of this. That would really, it's the same reason a coach doesn't jump every year.
Right, you have
because
buyouts.
the buyouts are crazy high.
You just solved the whole problem. All movement would cease overnight.
I don't think it all would, but a lot of it would.
You give me $2.4 million. Okay, somebody's willing to pay me, or they say, like Carson Beck, the rumor is he was getting $4 million. That's the reason the kid from Tennessee wanted more money. So you think you can get $4 million from some other place, right? I would say, fine, give me back $1.5 million. And I hope you can get that deal. Because I know you don't have it yet. You just think you can get it.
And it would be one of those deals where most people go, okay, well, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But there would also be the guy at the other school said, I'll cover that $1.5 million for you.
Okay, well, then make it ironclad and I'll go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There you go. So it will happen because what was Jimbo Fisher's buyout? Something like $100 million or some crazy number like that.
If you actually have a deal worked out, great. And you're going to get more money, pay back $1.5 million, you make $5 million. Good.
It was $77 million.
$77 million.
There you go.
So, but it would slow it down a lot.
Overnight, it would stop. You mean I have to give the money back, the money I already spent, or the money that's been earmarked for X, Y, and Z? Oh, I can't give it back. I don't have it.
It would make it a lot less because only the guys that had a angel investor, like, I got you. I will pay it today.
Right.
And we got you set up over here. Okay.
You know what that sounds like? The NFLPA.
Yeah.
The reason they can't strike.
Yeah.
They'll run out of money in like a month. You'll be back.
It's my favorite. Favorite's the wrong word. It's the story I remember more. The most recent lockout was in 2010. Right? And,
lockouts are different. They can lock out forever.
So there was a lockout.
Right.
And the next week, there were stories about Vince Young going to get like payday loans.
Yes.
And Vince Young was making quarterback money.
So
if he's going out fast, what's happening to the rank and file?
And that's a pro. And you would think Vince was what, in his 20s?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine an 18, 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you think he has left?
Not much. And look, and by the way, I'm not picking up Vince Young's just the story I always remember. Yeah. And, you know, maybe not the smartest guy in the world, but, you know, he ran out of money.
I want to do a station-wide Vince Young day at Cheesecake Factory. I want to know what $5,000 at Cheesecake Factory buys you.
Whatever you want.
That would be a party.
Or you're bringing a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. That would be.
Can we do the one in the Grove that overlooks the AMC?
Yes. 5K?
Is that your spot,
Come on.
Em?
I haven't been, but I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a $5,000 gift card to Cheesecake Factory.
I'd eat for a long
time.
A long time. But they do a good Cobb salad there.
See?
It's the size of a trough, but it's pretty good.
That's the most extensive menu I've ever seen. It goes...
it's like a phone book.
It's everywhere.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
$5,000?
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Emily, have you ever used a phone book?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I didn't know.
I had a neighborhood
directory. My kids have
directory.
never used a phone book.
Really?
Oh, no.
I had a phone book that I used, and then I had a neighborhood directory where I would look up where my friends' like home phone numbers, so I could call them and ask what teacher they got for the next year in school, or if I wanted hey, do you want to come play with me?
Yeah.
I would call them.
When was the last time you used a phone book?
20 years
Forever?
ago.
Remember the first time you saw your family's name in there?
Yeah.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
That's us. Hey, it's us.
They would throw them on the driveway. You would run over them, covered with plastic. You know what we use them? We use them to start a fire, like for the bonfire.
Those are great. Yeah.
And also why every business is like AAA plumbing, so that you can come up first on the phone
Put
book.
plants that leak on top of it. There you go. Yeah. See?
Booster chair?
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Little kid, just throw the yellow pages on there.
It's the white whale in the paper industry.
That's right. Oh, look at all that rich blubber. Right?
Wow.
All right. Lee Corso is, with more college football stuff, Lee Corso's deciding that it's time to go. And he was something else. That's
they
coming
did
up.
right by him.
Yeah, they sure did. That's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
It's the final day of the NHL regular season, and tonight the Kings are back at home where they lead the NHL in home ice wins and have set franchise record numbers.
It's impressive, there's no question. That one I think we share with everybody, with our fans, with the city. That's us. That's all of us. We go on the road, you see some Kings jerseys in the stands, they're cheering you on. It's great to have them, but here, this is us.
It's Game 82 as the Kings conclude the season at Crypto.com Arena against the Calgary Flames. Tune in tonight for all the action at 6:30 on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply, NMLS 696891.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So college football, we've been talking about,
some water and some gum.
Guys moving.
Is this Late Night in the Roxbury or whatever that is?
No, it's not that song, but it's the vibe's right.
Yeah.
The vibe's right.
He said water and gum.
I need some water and some gum.
Is that your get right meal?
Just when this, if you know, you know.
I don't know that one. Now I want to know.
Oh my God.
He's got cotton mouth.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
I can't stop dancing. I can't stop my body from moving. What's happening here?
Tell me more.
Oh, it's just one of those days when that's the music that's playing.
Do you like those places?
Not really. Maybe for a brief period of time. Yes, it was fun.
Like for a short period of time now, or a previous time in your life?
Previous time, like for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
It was fun. There was a place in Miami called the Delano.
Oh, I've been there. I stayed there.
Delano Hotel.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Cool spot.
Very cool spot.
I liked the lobby and the breakfast buffet.
And it's like Franklin Roosevelt, but his middle name?
Yes.
Brand,
yes.
man.
Yeah.
But he's right though. But I believe. But I never saw it. I never saw that part.
I saw the pool at night. I'm like, not in 10 billion years am I going down there. Like,
there you go.
The only thing missing from it, DeMarco, was like a giant neon sign that says, "Trav, this is not for you."
Yes.
This is there's nothing down there for you.
Right. It was fun.
Don't go.
Yes.
Wait until the morning when they roll out the fresh juice and bagels and come on back. But until then, Not for you.
I need more water.
There was
and
this
gum.
club in Myrtle Beach that I would go for beach week, and that's a scene for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lee Corso is going to do one more game day, and then he's going to hang him up. Lee Corso's 90 years old.
Wow.
And been on ESPN for 40 years.
That's crazy.
Okay?
Yeah.
It really is, and it's an amazing run. And he's been as much a part of college football as just about anyone ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there are a lot of people synonymous with, you think of Keith Jackson, you think of some other guys, Brent Musburger, right now Chris Fowler and Herb Street. Like, these guys have been around a long time, and they do a great job. But Corso with the headgear and the not so fast, my friend, just an icon of the sport. Like, to be identified with something as, and I don't mean this in any negative way, but like as a character.
Yes.
Like, he didn't call games. It's, he was a coach, but not it's not like he was a multi-time national championship. He was just fun.
Yes, he was an entertainer. He's fun. There's 3 guys I think about, 4 if you count Stu. 4 guys I think about when you say ESPN. I think Berman.
Okay.
I think Dick Vitale.
Sure.
And I think him.
Yeah.
Yes. Those are the guys.
Stuart Scott.
And Stu Scott.
Yeah.
I think.
But Dick Vitale's is kind of similar role with basketball.
But the only difference is, and they are similar.
He does call games.
He's on games.
Right.
So Dick, like when Dick was calling a Duke Carolina game, like Dick was climbing the wall.
Diaper dandy.
Right. He's just going.
He's doing the X's and O's
He's
too.
doing the full Vitale, but he's also talking about Bobby Knight.
Right.
And, like, Corso was on location, being Lee Corso for nearly a half a century.
He's
That's
taking you
extraordinary.
up to kick off, and he's getting you excited.
Yeah.
And you cannot wait to see who he picks and how he's going to do it.
And he's funny.
Yes,
and
he's great.
He's just got this wonderful way about him that he'll be missed.
And I love Herb Street and the way he takes
Their dynamic's terrific.
It's great. It is. It really is. Those two together are great. That whole show is good. Second favorite show other than the TNT show. As far as entertainment, they have a great time. It gives you the good feels when you watch it.
So I will give the game day. TNT is the best studio show of all time, and I agree, it is. What I think Game Day does a better job of than TNT is I get more out of it football-wise.
Football stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
I get the fun. They get the guest picker. You get Lee. You get the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But you also get a lot of good stuff about the games that weekend. You get a lot of good analysis from those guys.
Yes.
Like the TNT
Information
thing,
you can use.
I'm watching it to see what Charles Kenny and Chuck do.
Right. And having fun.
Like,
right.
And Chuck.
But you were watching to see what Lee Corso would do. You were watching to see what
cannot
Henry
wait to
would
see who
do.
he
They're
picks.
both, but I
Yeah.
also got a lot of good college football stuff
Sure.
on that show.
Yeah.
When I watch Inside the NBA, it's like, when they break down the Warriors' field goal percentage, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't
Kenny
care.
will give you something. And they both, but if they get into it, it's just, that's the show. That's what we're here for. But for me to watch that show, it's for football, wherever they're going. It's great. The environment's awesome, but I'm waiting to see what hat or what thing he puts on to pick that team.
Yeah.
Is he going to go with the crowd or is he going to make them boo?
Yeah.
That's the show for me.
It really is
Okay,
great.
I got a kind of last man standing. When we were talking about College Game Day, got me thinking. And this could go incredibly poorly, but we'll see how it goes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 schools that are in D1 major conferences that have not had College Game Day for football come to their school. Okay?
6 schools
There are
that not
6
have
schools that
okay.
have not had College Game Day come to their campus, and these are the major programs.
Yeah.
These are names that you know. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to start with DeMarco. If you can name one of these schools.
Have they? I'll just stick with what I know. I'm sure they've been
And
up there.
if no one gets any of them, Emily wins.
Okay. I don't remember them being there or them being good enough or in any or the Washington State.
And they have been
They've
to
been
Washington
there?
State. I don't
Okay.
know when.
Okay.
This is not with the list I
And
pulled
they
up.
got that one guy in the back with the flag
Yeah.
every week.
Okay.
Right?
WSU guy. Okay.
Yeah.
It might have
All
been
right.
for Mike Leach.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
stuff.
Okay. So they had to have a. Okay.
Travis. And does anybody want a hint?
I'll take a hint.
Wait,
sure.
I didn't get the hint. Wait.
A
I'm
lot
back
of these are from one conference.
Then I'm back in
and
the game. So-
ACC is that conference.
Oh, okay.
UVA.
Yes, UVA is one of the
Yeah.
schools.
The only reason I was going to guess, the hint did not give me that. I remember you sang that
Yeah.
previously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have one more?
I will
Go
give you
ahead,
one
go
more
ahead.
because you got a hint.
Go ahead.
Okay, DeMarco.
Duke.
Duke has had college games. Out of it. Jorge.
I have no idea. I honestly don't
Guess any school in the ACC that is bad at football.
Yeah, I have no idea. Real Madrid.
Hey, Travis wins.
I win.
The 6 schools that have not had it are Illinois.
Okay.
Maryland.
Oh, I would have got that.
Really?
I would have never
Rutgers.
guessed that. Okay.
SMU.
That was the next one I was going to guess.
Syracuse and Virginia.
No Syracuse?
No Syracuse.
So
I don't
you know
know
who was on that list until last year? They got their very first one last year, and it's out on the West Coast. They'd never had it. And do you remember this, DeMarco? They
No.
got off to a really good start. They're not really a football school. They have a team, and they'll turn out an NFL guy here and there, but you don't think of them as a football school. You think of them as, tell me when you got it. Very academic, very liberal.
Oh, Cal.
Cal.
Yes.
They've been there for Cal?
Last year.
That was the first time.
Because Cal had that hot
they
start.
got
They also
that
had the Cal Twitter where they had like all the memes and stuff. Like, oh, we're coming for you.
Can I ask a dumb question? What determines when College Game Day goes to your school? Is it how good you are, like records, storylines, all that stuff? Okay.
Is it a good game? Can they get a crowd? And that's kind of it.
And they also tend to not do West Coast just because of how early the pregame starts, because college games starts at 6 a.m. our time.
The spot that they were always excited to go on the West Coast that always did really well was Oregon, because
they love it.
The Oregon folks show out.
They do it almost every year.
They do it right.
Lee Corso gets on the motorcycle. The Duck comes out and does his thing.
Really? You didn't?
But they tend to not do West Coast.
You didn't go to Maryland with Ralph Friedgen?
Oh,
they were pretty good then.
Ralph was a
They
big
go
dude.
to UVA with all of our awesome stuff.
I would have never guessed Maryland. I would have never guessed Syracuse. I would have never guessed Illinois.
Syracuse blew me away.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got talent, yeah.
I was going to say, like, Virginia Tech has definitely hosted a bunch of times because, I'm looking at Michael Vick was on their team, and they've been good at different points in times. But, yeah. Come on, College Game Day. Come to UVA.
You guys would have turned out big, right?
Yeah, we turned out huge for college basketball.
Yeah.
So we've had college basketball game day
I've only
several
been
times.
to game day one time, and it was a weird set of circumstances that led to it. It was the University of Houston was the location. It's when I was living in Houston.
Yeah.
And they were playing an opponent. It was like Southern Miss or something like that. And it wasn't a super sexy game. And the University of Houston is it's a commuter school in the middle of downtown Houston. There's not a huge campus life there, so it wasn't the giant, enormous party that you typically think of. But even then, it was pretty fun to go see.
Fun to see.
Yeah.
When the one, it was LSU, Florida.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and the environment dwarfed the show.
They
didn't need it. You know what I mean? But it was fun. The guy kicked me out. I wanted to say hi to Herbie.
Okay.
So I was trying to go up during a break, and they.
What were you doing? Oh, when you were doing that football thing.
Doing the football show. The guy, I guess he's the drill sergeant. He's the sergeant at arms. He ran me off the set, and he kept saying, "Get out of my compound. Get out of my compound."
Yeah, they get that little ringed off
Yeah,
area.
compound. We're at a football game.
Okay, but they also probably do have a lot of crazy. Not saying you are, but they do probably have a lot of crazy people that are trying to touch them, and that'd be hard to do your job.
I got you. When he said leave, I was good, but get out of my compound.
Yeah.
Compound, bro? Really?
When we did it at Houston, the guest picker that day was Carl Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay.
Carl Lewis is a UH guy, and my kids had no idea who Carl Lewis was. None, right? And Carl Lewis has won 1 billion gold medals. He's one of the great sprinters, long jumpers of all time. And me, as a child of the 80s.
That's
and
Carl Lewis.
That's Carl Lewis.
Right.
Holy smoke.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
And I'm like, go take a picture with him. And they're like, with who? I'm like, him.
Carl
Who
Lewis.
is that guy? I'm like, just go do it, please. And Carl was great. Carl was super nice to us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
The only thing you can't do is sing national anthems. That's a whole different deal.
Make music videos.
Oh,
that was
that's
weird.
even better. Yeah.
The Dump coming up next. We'll leave it at that. Travis and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, if you ever deal with chafing, look, I'll be honest, I do too. So look, whether it's back in the playing days when I had the rip in the seam of the playing pants and I get that chafe burn and it would absolutely hurt, showers sucked. So, and I still get them on my morning walks. Chafing is no joke. That's why I always keep Highlands Chafing Relief on deck. It's been a game changer for me. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. And I give it a good run every single day. I sweat like nobody's business. No greasy mess. I mean, it doesn't get on my shorts or my sweats. All day protection. If you've already got some chafing, you are not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Relief. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back. and your thighs and your arms. You guys get what I'm talking about. You shouldn't have to stop of just stupid chafing. Trust me, grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Ireland, yesterday we were talking about how I'm a completely different person off the air.
Right.
Juan said, you're the same person. You're just as dumb. You're just stoned
You're not
or
as,
drunk.
yeah, you're not as
watching a
outgoing.
game.
You're not as vibrant.
I'm a big dumb kid at home. I'm a big dumb kid at work. That's the way I view it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
In the 2025 draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
I don't know the answer, but if I don't have the answer, that's a good one. If I don't have the answer about sports, I know people that do. So I'll ask you, Bobby Miller.
Yeah.
The fall off must be studied.
Yeah.
What are they talking about here?
It's a good topic. So Bobby Miller 2 years ago was really good.
2023, 11-4.
The 2023 season, Bobby Miller was really good. And looked to be, and Bobby Miller was a guy that was highly touted, highly regarded. Like, as he was coming up through the minor leagues after they drafted him, like, this guy's going to be the guy. Like, he's awesome.
Okay.
Right? He comes to the big leagues, and he's really good.
Out of the gate.
Out of the gate.
Oh,
like he has a good first season. What would you say, 11-4?
11-4.
And
War of 2.
He was a good major league pitcher, and he had a very, very, very bad performance against the Arizona Diamondbacks in the playoffs. Like, he really...
That year?
Yes. He was bad. Like, he and Kershaw back-to-back had two just catastrophes. And the Dodgers get swept in that
But
series.
didn't Outman not make that catch?
Stop. Yes.
They lost 2-4.
So he
okay.
had a terrible day. He came back the following season and was no longer a prospect, but kind of a proven major league commodity as, hey, this guy's going to be in our rotation, very valuable piece to our rotation, and pitch like you know what.
2-4.
The only reason he was 2-4 is because they got him. He was so bad they had to get him out.
They yanked him soon.
They sent him back down to the minor leagues, and you really never saw him through the back half of last year. He just was not a part of it because he never really got it ironed out.
It just lost.
Just kind of lost
okay.
it. So fast forward to this year, he's doing okay in spring training. gets hit in the head with a line drive.
Oh, this is the guy that got hit in the head.
So
Okay.
he
Thank
misses
you.
some time in spring training.
Yeah.
He pitches pretty well in the minor leagues. They brought him back up last night, and he was terrible last night. And this is my untrained eye watching this, but I would think I'm right. He's afraid to pitch to contact.
Because of getting hit?
I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why. But what is happening with him and what happened last, keep in mind, the Rockies, DeMarco, stink.
They stink. They're bad.
They're a 3-win team.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers gave him a 7-1 lead that he couldn't hold on to. Okay, so this is not just where the Phillies got hot or the Padres. Like, this is a bad team that you should have put them away. He tries to throw perfect pitches early in the count, falls behind, and now he can't locate like this half or that half. He's splitting the plate in half. You throw the ball over the middle of the plate in major leagues, you're going to get clobbered.
Kaboom. Okay.
And I think he's lost his confidence. I think he's afraid to pitch to contact, and they're kicking his tail.
He's only 26. You can pull out of this. Maybe.
Okay, so maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's a maybe, but I want to add something to it.
Shoot.
Not here he can't.
Not with the Dodgers.
Not with the Dodgers.
Okay.
I think if he's going to become a successful major league pitcher, it's going to be elsewhere.
Okay.
Because the stakes are high here. They do have the time, but they don't.
Not a place you want to be figuring it out.
No.
Yeah.
No, not when you've been struggling. They gave him a chance to figure it out last year, and he really couldn't do it. It's a weird question.
119 strikeouts in 23?
He was good,
Dang.
man. Like, not just pretty good. He was really good, and he just.
Do you believe in
looks
flukes?
like he's.
Do you believe in flukes?
Yeah.
Like they said, it might have been like a one-year wonder, a fluke thing.
Happens.
119 strikeouts in
Sure.
the majors? That's
Sure.
a fluke?
It's not a fluke, but
Yeah.
what it is they figured him out.
Okay.
And so it's one of those things like, if you've never seen me pitch before, I have the advantage.
Right.
Okay.
Once I've seen you,
once
now
you've
I
seen
know
me in
you.
video and everything else, and now I have the advantage. Now it's up to me to readjust. And
I've adjusted to your speed. I know you
never
know.
really figured it out.
Makes
it's
sense.
too bad because he had a whole heck of a lot of promise, and he was really bad.
Wait,
last
hold on.
night.
I got a thumbs up. Okay, explain. Thank
Yeah,
you. That was
yeah.
it.
That was a mess. Let's see here. I need to put these back on so I can read the dump. Are we still doing the dump? Em? Do I have
Yes,
the right
we're doing
segment
the dump.
today?
Yeah, you haven't had a break yet.
Okay,
And
good.
it's Thursday today.
Good.
Mace's in the bathroom.
I don't like pranks, but I like this. Someone pranked Adam Schefter at the Masters. He was there as a attendee, as a patron. Excuse me, patron. Yes, the Masters.
Patron.
He was there as a patron, and that somebody pranked him by saying that he missed a huge NFL trade while he was there because you can't have your phone on you at the Masters.
Yes,
that's
this
awesome.
is funny. Yes.
That's
funny.
Like, pranks are generally pretty stupid, I think, but that's funny.
I would love to have seen his face. Was he
Just
freaking
the
out?
color was to just
I
drain
bet.
right out of him.
I bet. Like who got me when I don't have a phone? That's crazy.
I really wish there were more places that we got to go to where they insisted you leave your phone behind, because the second it's
The White Lotus.
Yeah, but the second it's out of your hand, it's like because if I have it, I'm going to stare at it.
It's a leash.
Yeah.
I'm going to stare at it.
That's what happened to me in my dental work. I had to get my phone out of my hand.
Airplanes?
But you still can.
It's confined.
You
A
can't be
movie
connected.
theater.
Yeah,
Movie
movie theater's good.
No, yes.
You can
put
still
your
have
phones
it.
away.
I'm with you.
Put them out. Leave them in your car.
People still have them out. I mean, a place where you can't have a cell phone.
I forgot my phone at home last year
Yeah.
and went to an Angel game.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful.
Was it?
Because I'm watching the game. I'm talking with my friends. I'm engaged, and I'm not staring at my phone.
See, when I do lose my phone, I panic.
I didn't
because
lose
they
it.
can't get a hold of me if something happens.
I left it at home. Everybody was safe. It wasn't that everybody in my world was where they were supposed to be.
Okay.
I had just left my phone. I didn't lose it. It was like, this is incredibly.
That's awesome.
Another good place is, so if you go to bar trivia, you're not supposed to be on your phone because you think you're cheating. So my friends and I chit chat and have a great time.
And you're at a bar.
That's
not a
You
bad
have a
way
game
to
on the
do it.
TV sometimes.
Can I ask you something stupid?
Sure.
How do you say the tequila? Patron, right?
Patron.
Oh, how do you spell patron?
Same way without
Exactly.
the little
Why
accent.
not say just that's the way the
There's
English
lots of
language is
words like
stupid
that.
to me.
Yeah.
So there
It
you
is
go.
stupid.
Where
Carry
did
on.
that come from?
It's just patron, patron. Like what's
But there's there.
Yeah, I
and
know.
there's here.
That's what I'm
and-
saying. The
Yeah.
English
And there's
language-
heel and heel.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, thank you, DeMarco. Thank you. Put Jorge down.
Thank you.
I mean, they just had a guy on their
Heel.
TVs. His
No,
Cody
it's not
Rhodes
heel.
is spelled different than Rhodes.
See,
Yeah, yes.
produce and produce. See, like it's stupid.
Yeah, produce and a producer.
Those are homonyms, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Oh, We buried the lead today.
What happened?
Okay, no, don't say. DeMarco, what do you think he's talking about? Don't look at anywhere. What do you think he's so excited to talk about?
We buried the lead today?
The lead, yeah. That's just an expression. Like
I know, like the biggest story of the day?
For me.
Hagler Hearns, right?
Well,
for you?
Not for me.
What?
It is Jennifer Garner's birthday.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
The lovely, the talented.
Yes.
The multifaceted Jennifer.
He was all nervous. Like,
what just happened?
Happy 52nd birthday to Jennifer.
You know, she runs a farm.
She does. I've seen it on TV. Capital One. What's in your wallet? Yeah. Right?
She's in Juno.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I think of Jennifer Garner as not The Matrix. What was the name of that
Electra?
show? No.
Alias?
Alias.
Yeah.
She was great in Alias.
Daredevil, you're thinking. Yeah.
She's been in movies. She was the former Miss Affleck.
Yeah.
Lovely,
and maybe
talented,
future Miss Affleck again.
Or
They've
apparently rekindling their romance?
Apparently they're attempting to, but I don't know if she necessarily wants it. You know what I watched yesterday? I watched this movie.
More Jennifer Garner movies?
They're putting out carrots together.
The picture of her made me think of Jennifer Garner. It's I watched Drop Dead Gorgeous, and it has Denise Richards in it. But a young Denise Richards to me is quite similar
Starship
to
Troopers.
Jennifer Garner, but like.
Wild
but
things.
no, young versions of both of them.
I understand what you're saying.
Without anything
I totally get what you're saying. And Denise Richards is a beautiful woman. But there is a wholesomeness to Jennifer Garner that appeals to me.
Yeah.
You like The Girl Next Door.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Because you married her.
I did.
Have you ever seen Wild Things?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nev Campbell is in
there
Wild
you go.
Things,
Yeah.
who was also in Mad Men on
Kevin
the plane
Bacon
with Don
and
Draper on the
what's
way
his name?
back to...
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
Kevin Bacon and Matt Dillon and Jennifer?
Oh yeah. You're talking about Wild Things.
Oh,
and
my
also,
God.
like, I think the rewatchables has add this category. If not, they should do if you could recast a Jennifer into this role, which Jennifer would
There's
you choose?
a lot of them. The answer is
Garner,
Jennifer Garner
Aniston.
or Jennifer Connelly, and you can't get it wrong.
And there's also a new Jennifer. Is it Gardner? The girl from Ozark, really curly.
Yeah.
Julia Gardner. Julia Gardner.
Yeah, I know her. She's great too.
Hey, man.
Roberto Clemente made his major league debut today in 1955, singled in his first at bat.
Did they really take the plaque down?
Yes.
Was that a mistake?
The short, yes and yes. They took it down to put up signage that they could sell, and people
for booze. You got to make money, but I mean, did they put it up somewhere else?
They put it back.
Okay, good.
They put it back where that sign
cooler
was.
heads prevail.
So after huge public outcry.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
that's what it required.
This is the thing I've never understood about like big entities that make decisions like this.
Yeah.
There's not one person in the room who goes, guys, if we do this, somebody's going to get pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if we do this, can we just put it somewhere else?
Who's in on that conversation?
Right. Like, if we do this, the one good thing about the Pirates is we all love Roberto Clemente.
Yep.
How about we just leave his thing right over there, and we'll find another place to put the ad?
Now let's put up a booze ad. Anyway, you know,
Where that Clemente thing's hanging?
The Pirates are a joke.
We
for
can't
this
make money
reason,
off of that at all.
The Pirates have not offered a multi-year contract since 2018. Everybody's on a one-year deal.
Wow.
Stop.
Are they cash strapped? They're just crazy.
Well, they just won't spend.
They just won't spend.
I mean, I assume they're cash strapped, but I mean,
Notice they're not selling the team.
This is supposed to be the fun and games department. You want somebody who's really rich, and this is a game for them. This is a little side hustle, but they are just them and the Marlins should be ashamed.
I understand this isn't apples to apples, but what you want is a team like the Dodgers that does make money and reinvest that money back into the team, back into the players, back into the fan experience, back into the ballpark, back into all of these things, and put some in their pocket.
Yes.
That's what we want.
You need to be trying and caring.
Little Supercross talk coming up next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
You can learn a lot from elephants.
We can.
Ireland, do you have an elephant sound?
That wasn't very elephanty.
Yeah,
What's the key to doing that one? Your lips are closed?
Closed, yeah.
Yeah, I got to work on mine.
Yeah. The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
The LA Kings have clinched a spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now is your chance to secure your seats to see the Kings in round 1 beginning on April 20th at Crypto.com Arena. Tickets are available now at lakings.com/playoffs.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot, Ireland. We can't come up with it in here.
I cannot come up with this name.
What was the name of the host of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom show?
Please. I think it's Lloyd
something.
No. It was Jim. He went at Mace. He used to go on the Tonight Show all the time.
No, that's Hanna.
That's Jack Hanna
from the San Diego Zoo. That's not the guy.
Look it up.
Yeah.
I just remember there was. We were talking about Tom Hanks in the Americas. Have you watched that show?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I just not.
I've seen it.
Are you guys thinking of Marlon Perkins?
Marlon Perkins. Thank you. Yes.
That's it. Marlon Perkins.
And Jim Fowler worked with Marlon Perkins.
Okay.
So they were both on that
Jack
show.
Hanna was actually in Cincinnati Zoo.
Yeah, he bran out like the lemur to Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson would take a little poop on his head. Yeah.
And the cheetah would run down the antelope. And it's like, it's on.
That was a big deal when I was a kid.
Well, it was the only thing on Saturday afternoon.
That's right. That Wide World
Back
of Sports.
in the old 3-channel days.
You remember the days of Wide World of Sports?
Yes.
So this wasn't Wide World of Sports, but DeMarco and I spent some time talking about this today, and I'm sure both of you guys remember this because it was a defining moment of if you were a sports fan in the mid-'80s.
Okay.
Today is the 40th anniversary of Hagler-Hearns.
Oh, yeah.
Great fight.
Maybe the greatest 3 rounds in boxing history, where they stood in the middle of the round and knocked each other in the face.
Yeah.
It was just extraordinary, and that was like one of the very first pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I was reading about it this morning. What do you think it cost in 1985 for the Hagler-Hearns pay-per-view?
$9.99.
Not far off, John.
I'll say $15.
Exactly right.
Bing, 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 bing.
Exactly
nice.
Right. $15, and because HBO wasn't widely distributed, so they had to figure a way to get this fight in front of people. They're like, well, what if we just offered?
What's the last big one that people paid?
There
for?
are $100.
There's
now.
a bunch.
What was Tyson?
It was the Mace. It was the gimmick fight, the one with Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
But no,
and
that
Mike
was
Tyson.
Netflix.
That was Netflix, though. That was a freebie.
You mean pay-per-view? Canelo just went. Gervonta Davis just fought.
It's basically like $100.
Yeah,
it is flat. I told Jorge if Canelo fights Benavidez, another guy he's been ducking. If you charge $200, I'd pay it for that fight.
You'd pay $200.
Absolutely.
Well, Michael pays for all of these, regardless of who's fighting. Michael pays them.
Yeah. Michael buys.
Is there anything you'd dig in your own pocket for pay-per-view at this point? That not like if they put the Super Bowl. I'm not talking about something like that. But like a fight, a one-off.
$100.
Draw you to $100 fight.
$100 fight.
Yeah.
John, anything?
$100 fight that I could pick the combatants.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not that into boxing anymore. Who's the best boxer alive right now?
Canelo's on the top,
probably.
Yeah, but who's in his weight class that he could fight?
There's a guy named David Benavidez. He's been ducking for how many?
Forever.
At least 2-3 years. Yeah. He's been chasing the guy.
The one, Benavidez, Canelo.
Yes.
Bring it on.
$100?
$100.
Let me know how it turns out.
Well, Michael will pay it.
Yeah,
Michael pays for all of them.
Michael's that guy's ducking, too.
Of course.
He would have a good conversation.
Did you guys used to go to Vegas to cover all the fights?
Yes.
Yeah, so you were in the Bill Kaplan when they would bring everybody out, right?
That was a lot of fun.
There was.
Yeah, I was there for Oscar De La Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez, and De La Hoya beat him bad, but everyone was rooting for Chavez. Like, Jorge, is that because they didn't consider Oscar like a real Mexican?
I mean, it has to do with the fact that he was born here. It's this weird thing with like Mexican fighters and like American-born fighters that you know when you have that Mexican heritage, it's like they consider you a different kind of Mexican.
Yeah, but everybody was rooting for Chavez. It was in Vegas, outdoors, and Oscar clearly won. But after it was over, people booed.
They were mad.
You know, the one I remember was a really off-brand fight. It was Ricky Hatton,
Rib-cracking Ricky Hatton,
Floyd Mayweather.
Yes. Okay.
Yep, and that you walk. There were all these Brits poured in.
Oh, yeah, singing.
There's only one Ricky Hatton,
and that was like and it was Christmas time too.
Yes.
Oh.
So people were singing "It's Only One Ricky Hatton" during Christmas time, and the big thing was the Brits, and this is cultural, do not tip. So if you were an American, if they heard you had an American accent, and you walked
went to the front of the cab line.
Correct.
Yeah.
The waiters wanted you because the Brits don't tip.
Oh, that's funny. There's nothing like being at a fight. Like we've all been very spoiled. DeMarco, you've played in Super Bowls and things like this.
I love going to fights.
There's nothing like the energy of when you go in and there's going to be a fight, and especially like you got to see De La Hoya and Tyson, Holyfield, even like Pernell Whitaker, like those guys. Something was going to happen. There's nothing like that.
And there's high rollers that are like. But there's rich guys coming in with like a woman half their age on their arm. Nieces. And then they're buying drinks for the whole row.
The spectacle is great.
Everybody's got money on the fight. Everybody's got a rooting interest.
I think I went with you guys for that Chavez and De La Hoya fight.
Was I there? I don't recall it.
I didn't go to that one.
You didn't go to that one?
Yeah. Okay. I was there for KCBS Cake.
Okay, maybe not. Okay.
So not me.
I was sitting with Jonathan Ogden, Monster, and Jaromir Jagr.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and they both disappeared.
3 of these things
right
together.
Right when the fight ended, they all just disappeared because of what you said. When Chavez lost, that whole crowd turned like sour in a hurry.
So the weirdest one that I was ever a part of was the first Tyson Holyfield fight. The one
was that the ear biting?
No, that was the second one.
Okay.
So the first one was when Holyfield kicked his butt. Like just from the opening bell, Holyfield was in control of the fight and just took him apart. So the fight ends, and you guys, I'm sure we're in the same situation. DeMarco, I'm sure you were too. In the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Vegas, they funneled everybody out of one door.
I remember this.
Yeah. And so
to get them back into the casino.
Exactly right. Yeah. So you had and so
and you were like shoulder to
shoulder with a lot of guys that were pretty intense.
Sure. Yeah, and just lost money.
And their favorite guy just got trashed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And the energy, malice with electricity in the air, and because it's slow. Like you cannot move through.
Really slow.
You cannot move through that chute fast.
Was this maybe Mandalay? Was this where
it was? No, it was at MGM.
MGM,
and it was like, get me out of here. Something bad is about to happen right now.
Well, that's for years at the height of Pete Carroll's run at USC. You could not get through one of the tunnels at the Coliseum with any type of luck. I mean, it was just jammed with people
Stuck
right
in a
before
tunnel.
the game, right after the game, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Now, having been to the Coliseum for USC games, now they've opened up a lot of those tunnels.
Good.
So there's less tunnel action. There are actually longer tunnels at the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl has got some serious tunnels, too.
I got a little bit of this, thankfully not a lot, because the Rose Bowl thing would freak me out. The ceiling on those Rose Bowl tunnels, like I'm 6'3",
you're right.
okay?
Right there. Yeah.
They're like 6'6".
Yeah.
Like if you're taller than, so you have to stoop to walk down that thing, or at least that's what it feels like. That is a
I'm getting
terribly
claustrophobic
claustrophobic feeling.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys mess with animals?
What do you mean?
Like
pets?
Like we were talking about with Jack Hanna. Like somebody brings out the lemur. You gonna let it sit
no.
on your shoulder?
When I was doing Good Day LA, they brought out a hairless cat.
Okay, that's weird.
And I held it, and then it crawled up onto my shoulders and the back of my neck in the middle of the segment, and I was just like so disgusted by a hairless cat. It's like you should be a supervillain.
That's weird.
Petting it, right? It's just
John said, "Hell no."
Yeah, John. So
awful
you're not the guy that's going to let them put the anaconda around your neck.
No. Yeah, what's the point of that?
What if I bet you $100?
No.
Ooh, you found
what
it,
if I bet you
DeMarco.
$100?
No, there was one, Mace. What was the one yesterday? Oh, they told me, do you guys know what truck nuts are?
Sadly, yes.
Okay.
Truck nut?
They said, would you wear truck nuts on your car for the entirety of the Lakers-Wolves series? And I said no.
Yeah.
You meant like the truck nut?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. The things I see.
I point out to Ireland, they have been banned. It is against the law to have truck nuts in Idaho.
That's what I'm talking about.
Passed a bill. Yeah.
Well, I would think Idaho would lead the nation in truck nuts.
You would think
That's
so,
probably why
There
they
aren't
did
a lot
it.
of rules here, I'll tell you that.
No, there's a lot of stuff, but there's also a lot of F-150s.
Oh yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of trucks.
We do not have a truck, and we stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's the line. No boa constrictors.
There it is.
And no
Now we know.
Yeah, those are the
That's the two things John won't do for $100. That's Super Crosstalk. We'll see you tomorrow.